It is a world of darkness. The sin of Cain has spawned the cursed horror that stalks the night in search of living blood. The kindred have long been a secret influence through all ages of human history, plotting against each other in a never-ending jihad. Their immortal progeny are among us to this day, hidden from the eyes of humanity by an elaborate masquerade.
we are back. Everybody's unmuted. Everybody is on. Make sure I got that up for Abby. All right. So welcome back to Ashland by Night, season 8, if you can believe it.
Ooh.
Hey, Jerome, you forgot to change my name.
Well, I mean, is what it is. I'll get to it in a second.
Yeah.
It'll have to wait right now. Okay, so, and you forgot to mention your logo. Since you're being,
that too.
Since you're being
That too.
persnickety and watching the stream and trying to call me out. Just saying.
Me?
No XP for you. Speaking of which, this is the first vampire game of the month. Yes? No. Was the
No.
second?
Second. Nope, second.
We already got XP.
Yup.
But if you want to give us some more, we won't complain.
Not for that comment. No.
Oh.
Great.
Take it back.
Take it back.
And on top of that, your character is going to have to make sure that all of your reports have the TPS cover sheet.
Oh no!
And you have to work on Saturday. That'd be great.
You'll be rolling a disadvantage tonight.
No.
Now, which one of you reminded him about the pop quiz too?
I know.
Hey Dale,
that would have been the nerd.
I'm going to the cyber game for a while.
Not me. Not I.
So before we begin real quick, obviously let me drop a link to our charity.
Yes.
Please help us support our charity. We're trying to raise money for Control Alt Delete. They're a fantastic charity. We've worked with them before in the past. And their the money they spend continues to escalate year after year as they get more involved and help more people escape really bad and nasty domestic violence situations, elder abuse, things of that nature. So we don't see a dime. All the money goes directly to them. And right now we are $80 into the $300 we're trying to raise. My understanding is even if we don't hit the goal, though, they should still get what we do raise. So that is good. So before we go into a recap, real quick, it has been about a week since the events of last game, when all hell broke loose and the gates of heaven were cracked open wide, and even David Lopan was forced to say, "Indeed." As the holy retribution was reaped upon the Guru that night in more than one way. However, so wanted to let you guys know that it has been 1 week since that. I'm also going to, rather than just throw it at you guys, since we didn't get a chance to really talk about it, a meeting has actually been set for tonight. The idea, of course, had been to try and maintain some consistency. Right now, it is at the newly refurbished Red Lion.
Ooh.
We were
Convenient.
just talking about that.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
A meeting among whom?
Vampires, I'm supposing, but if the Baron would like to include others, she can.
Okay, so just us.
Yes.
So we're having our rave that we were talking about.
So I was wondering, like, is it a meeting between like us and the remaining werewolves, or the sorcerers?
No. It's for all of you to get together and start congregating and correlating your information and where you guys are at in the week downtime since everything has happened, because everybody likely needed that decompression to get away from, you know, what had happened or what happened just prior to that, and kind of get back in that headspace. So does somebody want to give us a recap of last game?
Last game was amazing.
And there
What?
was
You
a
ran
raffle!
away.
I did run away, of course. That's of course I'm gonna run away. The vampires met at not Anzio's. I'm sorry. I forget the name of the club.
The Drachenflugel.
The Drachenflugel. It was closed for normal patrons, but it was open to vampires, mages, and
Whoever was coming to the battle.
the Giovanni were there in force as well. There was a buffet line of weapons galore.
Yeah, did we have to give those back?
No.
Ooh.
Okay. I was going to keep the silver bullets, but okay, I'll take an assault rifle. Sure. We all met. We had Harper give us the rundown of the location. The mages had set up teleportation sites so we could get out if things got too heavy. We decided to start moving once we got prepared and ready and suited up and armored up. The coterie went to the. Let me see my notes here. I forget the name of the park that we went to.
We were supposed to sneak in, but we were immediately discovered.
Yes, we were immediately discovered. Oh, it doesn't say. Oh, let me see here. Emigrant Lake. We went to the Emigrant Lake. So we went there. The marshal was there with his crew, watching from afar.
With popcorn.
Yeah. The advancing party was Ben, Isadora, Agea, Henri, and I think Damaris went with them as well.
And
Yes.
Painwise.
And Painwise was there as well. Before we could get the jump on them, they attacked us, so it was a fight. Johnny ran to the campsite to free the captured werewolves, Persephone and I think Daniel?
Billy.
No, Billy. And the rest of the coterie was fighting the werewolves up front. Cameron also was there, and his group. So Cameron and his group took on a werewolf. Anastasia, Sophie, and Isadora ripped the werewolf in chunks. Ben ripped a werewolf into chunks. Henri got turtled by a werewolf, and he could not get up for some strange reason. Apparently, there's some werewolf magic shenanigans going on. So he had to protean himself down, meld with the earth. He took a lot of damage doing that, but when he came back up, he was fine.
Killian found him.
Yep. Disturbed the plot with a shovel, popped Henri right back up, and Henri was good to go.
So I have to ask,
Oh.
were the marshals impressed? Since they figured we were going to get our butts kicked?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who they thought was going to win. They were just.
And
I just wanted to see.
I almost forgot. Harper rained holy hellfire down on the campsite.
Yeah, that's right.
She's just throwing bombs and bombs and bombs, and Flight of the Valkyries was playing. And it was an awesome scene. We got to the campsite. We secured the campsite. We rescued the captured werewolves, and it's gonna be a week from then.
Okay.
We also found out about Roxy.
Oh yeah. Apparently, not Painwise. Jericho met with somebody. Sounds like Roxy. And when he came back from that meeting with Roxy, he got the werewolves all up in a tizzy and tried to shank the vampires.
Yeah.
So.
Bum. Okay, so got a couple things that happened during this time frame. So real quick, Ben the night after you get back from the fight,
Yeah.
obviously, Cindy and Animal Company companions.
Mhm.
I think it's grown to 2 now, isn't it? It's Dozer and
Dookie.
Dookie.
Yeah.
Dookie. Right? Yes, Dozer and Dookie. The double D's.
Yeah, exactly.
So when the 2 of you, well, the 4 of you, get back to the Haven, it's been cleaned out.
Okay, like completely?
No, it's not. It's not bare. It's not. It's not
Okay.
like somebody said, snick, snack, snarl, and
Okay.
Merlined it from Sword in the Stone.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like cleaned out. Oh, what's like all the
But it
Probably all the
library
magic
stuff?
But yeah, it does look like somebody has come in here and taken everything of value. What in the heck is that
I don't. I
noise?
know. I keep hearing that.
Something's drumming.
Somebody's got a predator.
That's coming from
Hang on a second. Yeah, it's coming from Rachel's side.
Rachel. Yeah.
There's literally nothing on here.
So weird.
I don't know. I just when I mute you, it turns off.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it's coming from. So
Like a rattle.
There's nothing here. Literally,
Is
there's
there-
no sound. Just me.
That's weird.
yeah, see.
Yeah.
I mute her. You don't hear it.
Yeah, same thing.
Guess I'll mute
And
myself.
there was
then.
something weird going on with me last time too.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
I think she's haunted.
maybe. Good
It's your
point.
answer for everything.
But yes, the
Just
house.
because it's my answer doesn't mean it's not true.
Everything everything of any value, so it looks like basically people came in, they I mean stuff has been tossed, that look like it may not have been valued, like lamps are knocked over, that sort of thing. So like couches and some bookshelves and whatnot are all still there, but when you're looking around, obviously the mess that you made with all the mirrors, that's all still there.
Right.
Everything down in the vault gone, like cleaned out to the
Wow.
extent of it being swept. Like you don't even see remnants of dust, which is
Okay.
kind of impressive.
Did it look like because there was like a door that had like a keypad and everything, did it look like it was forced open or like
Great question. No,
wow, okay.
it's just been kind of left, sit in a jar.
Okay.
Bedding, towels, food that was in the refrigerator, dog food, like all that's been left. Like all that's still there. TV, DVD player. Most of the, pretty much everything that was in Cindy's room is fine. It's been tossed, but it's fine. And most everything in your room is tossed. Half there looks like anything that could possibly have belonged to Lily has been taken.
Okay.
There is a note posted to the fridge with one of the fridge magnets, and it says it's very short. It says, "You were someone important to Lily, apparently, so I leave you this haven. The clan is taking everything else as per our right, but we allow you to keep this haven and the magics on it until such a time that they wear off."
Wow.
Signed, Katrina.
Okay.
Snooty McSnooks pants. Oh, wow.
Da-dun,
But
da-dun.
other
Yeah,
than that,
Rude.
But other than that, that is all you've had to deal with in this week time frame. Like obviously fixing the place back up so it's not so tossed and whatnot. And even Lily's mom is gone too.
Wow,
Oh,
they've
wow.
repossessed the ghoul.
Shoot. Okay.
Oh wow.
Lily's turning somewhere.
So it's obviously alarming,
Right.
when you get in there. But other than that, there's not a whole lot you can do. It's clear that they waited for something to happen for you, which like the fight to take place, and then that's when they said go go go, come in, clear it all out, and we're gone before you even had a chance to know what was going on.
Right. Yeah. They had a whole team clearly to get all that stuff.
Yeah.
Can they be hired as movers?
Yeah, they're really efficient. I mean, geez, they can even get through like security doors. That's really good. Okay. Ben would have right after he suppresses his like 15 frenzy attempts and gets through that, he then would like post in the chat what happened so that people know.
Okay. Cool. All right. So that is what has gone on with you, Rachel.
Yes.
Okay, so you have been taking this time to scry. Normally, I would say that tapping sound is kind of is irritating, but because it does sound reminiscent of the Predator Alien, I'm like totally okay with it.
I literally don't know where it's coming from. Like,
So weird. Yeah.
It's like, and it fades in and out. So it's like I'm expecting something to materialize behind you and just be like, want some candy?
Mm.
It just made me paranoid now. Jeez.
We see 3 dots all of a sudden.
I know, yeah.
Right here.
So you have been taking this time to work on your side projects here. You have taken it upon yourself to try and track the minions of Roxy, aka the other members of the Upstarts. The first one you chimed in on, you're a little bit more successful in spotting him, was Bobby. Bobby is the heavyset young man who came in with Roxy and the crew. You notice he comes into town and he seems to patrol the Southern Arizona University camp or Southern Oregon University campus. And we have somebody typing. Can you mute yourself?
That's me typing, making notes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was you two.
Okay. So I'm sorry. So he's patrolling the Southern Oregon University?
Yeah. And he's in essence being a peeping Tom.
Ooh, nasty.
He takes his shots where he can, it's the literal definition, but he's actually fairly good at it. Like, he'll find locations that have got some good foliage or cover. Mm-hmm. He'll sneak in there, and then he'll part enough of it so he can watch naughty things that he probably shouldn't be, like, somewhere on the university campus. And you can't actually make out initially what it is he's doing because you're all top down initially. So you're like, well, that's really odd. Like, what is he doing? And when you zoom down in and you look around, you're like, oh, that's just...
Oh, yeah, that's nasty.
You jerk.
What a perv.
So, but you do notice that he seems to have one in particular he frequents. And he does tend to try and check in on her, not only on campus, but around town as well. You have managed to find out her name is Allison Leary. It's been hard to track her because by the time you get up and you're looking around, it's already evening time.
Yeah.
So in most cases, she's already like off campus doing something. You do note that he doesn't seem to stay in town. Every time you catch him leaving town, he seems to leave the same way, heading east on Dead Indian Memorial Road, heading off into the mountains, and you actually lose sight of him. Like, it gets to a point, it's almost like watching video feed, and then the video goes bad, so it just freeze frames on something.
I wonder if that's... Because, if I should be able to still scry on him regardless of where he goes.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he just disappears completely, like from sight, or just I scry and he's no longer there.
You scry and you it's like it just stops. You can't.
It just stops. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna mark that location.
It's like it stops. It's like getting it. Since we relate so much of this to Google Maps for relevancy and for visual, it's like if you were to use Google Maps and you went over a military facility or something, you're not going to get what's really there. It's just a bunch of random blurred shapes or whatnot, and that's kind of all you get. It's just pixelated nonsense. It looks like as soon as he gets somewhere near Howard Prairie Lake Resort, you lose complete sight of him.
Prairie Lake Resort. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, the second person you've been tracking, her name is Sasha. She was the more, if you could be, more sassy version of Roxy that was in the group. You catch Sasha occasionally, and this is at night, dealing with the Southside Souls. So she's been meeting up with them. You did end up picking up at one point, like when you scried on her, you ended up zooming in and you saw them at a facility somewhere. And you didn't zoom out immediately to see where they're at. You were looking first to see who was there, what was going on. And you can see that the Southside Souls were getting militarized. They have stocked up on weapons, armor, explosives. You could see that they had, at whatever place that this was, they had some armored vehicles. But before you could get anything specific out of it, like, zoom in and, get like license plate numbers or, or listen in, you end up getting like a massive migraine, which forces you to lose sight.
Okay.
Like migraine tinnitus sort of thing, right. Like the ringing in your ear, just like everything just hurts mentally. You end up picking back up. You end up picking up on her again another night, where she was actually down in Keno, Oregon. And it looks like when you notice that she's actually there picking up a shipment of something. And basically a large truck has been parked someplace nearby, and there are people offloading something from that large truck onto a large truck that she has.
Is there any logos or labels on any of the items?
Nope. It's just big unmarked crates. And this time you're actually able to see Sasha, because you're a little bit paranoid trying to find, what's what and what's going on. So you're trying to take as much detail down as possible. You end up catching her at one point, like she's casting some sort of spell or something, and then you're hit with that migraine again.
Yeah.
And this time but it didn't look like she was looking around or something. It looks like it's probably a security precaution. And you're hit with it so bad this time that when you finally wake up, you've lost an hour.
Wow.
Like it knocked you out. You fell over. Like the bowl is sitting, the water was spilt. It's like off to the side and you're just crumpled down on the ground.
Okay. Man, so she's got the magic. I kind of figured that's the way it was. Like he was sort of the groupie and she was the more talented one. I think that's even what they said, that she had some ability. Some innate talent, I should say. Okay.
And then as you, and it's been a couple hours at this point, you've managed to collect yourself. You end up hearing your doorbell. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing.
Look on my ring cam on my phone. Who
Okay,
is it?
you see a woman dressed in mostly black and white clothing, very reminiscent of a goth, in a typical sense, not the BDSM cyberware goth type things that are more popular now. So just more low key. Her? She's got just kind of hair pulled back politely in a bun. Kind of professional looking. She's just got her hands behind her back and just, looking around. She's very wide-eyed, very pale looking.
And do I recognize her? Probably not. She's done. I don't know. I don't trust anything, especially anybody who knows where I live that I don't know. I'm gonna basically answer out in the doorbell. Can I help you?
And she's like looking around real quick, and then
she
notices. Yeah, she notices, the ring camera, and then she says, Oh, how quaint. She says, hello?
Hi, who are you?
She says, oh, my name is Evelyn. I was just passing through the neighborhood and I got this absolutely eerie and spooky feeling. I just had to stop. Is that because of you?
um, she's very silent for a moment. Like, how am I supposed to answer that? I will go to the door and open it. And what do you need?
It's the predator at the door.
Like, basically, I go up and open it. What do you need?
She stands there and she's just very polite, very, like I said, like very, wide-eyed, kind of animated look. And she says that it's absolutely wonderful.
Well, I'm glad that you think so, but who are you and why are you here?
She says,
I'm not trying to be rude, but nobody really knows where this is for the most part. So
she says, I know, I can tell. That is fantastic. She says, in case you didn't hear, I don't know, and she kind of taps on it. I don't know if that thing really works. She says, my name is Evelyn. And she says, I was just passing through the neighborhood. I was just kind of taking in the sights once again for old time's sake. And then I noticed this delightfully spooky home.
When Look you say for old time's sake, yeah, I am gonna aura percept her.
Okay.
I know she's pale, but I mean that could just be her. So aura percept is the perception and alertness 8.
Rachel, real quick, are you using your webcam or because it looks like the
I opened the door.
It looks like the audio for your you're not using your headset. It looks like you're using your webcam.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Sure.
Oh, it is. Maybe that's why. Okay. Hold on.
Does that make any difference?
Oh, that's wonderful. That's exactly what it was.
Yay!
I didn't know that that's what that was doing. Sorry.
No, that's quite all right. I'm betting it's picking up on like a fan on your computer.
Do you hear the predator behind me now?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, that's I didn't realize. So
problem solved.
Evelyn chased it away.
Yeah. Problem solved. Okay, sorry, let me go back to that. Sorry.
No, it's mission complete.
2.
She is very curious in her aura, and she is very much a vampire.
Evelyn, I'm sorry. Why are you here?
She says, I told you, it's delightfully spooky.
Okay, are you just passing through, or
I
am. I'm sorry, I'm a little confused here.
I completely understand this is outside of the norm. And she kind of turns and she says, would you stop? I'm trying to be polite. She said,
is this Evelyn Thornfield? Is this my character from way back from the Old West game?
That's a good guess.
Oh. I wouldn't know her.
You would have no idea.
Yeah. Okay. Well, is there something that I can do for you while you're here?
She says, absolutely. I was wondering if you might want to trade.
Trade what?
Whatever it is you did to make this happen. I must have it.
Are you referring to, you know what?
Whatever magic you used to do this.
They're wards. Look, this is a bit unorthodox. I don't normally have unusual vampires showing up at my haven, of all places.
I do understand. And she kind of looks, politely. She looks to you politely and then scowls off to the side for some reason and then looks back at you. And then,
who are you talking to?
She says, "Oh, he's not important." Shut up.
Okay. This is going to sound a bit rude, but what faction are you?
She says, "Oh, I'm not a faction anymore."
You're independent?
Yes.
Welcome to
Can
the
I aura percept and see if she's bullshitting me?
Yeah, that's a part of aura perception.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
I'm not a lie catcher.
So you're just,
Um,
and she says, I am perfectly willing to trade. I have offerings.
Okay.
I'm certain you don't have what it is that I have to offer.
That's very possible. Come in. She'll open the door.
And
I
so,
am so cautious right now. Like, I am just eyeing her. Like, I don't know what I'm expecting here, but it wasn't this.
yeah. So she walks in. She's like, just kind of looking around very politely, very demure. She's not making, any like offensive stuff. She's just very curious, kind of looking around. And she says, and she looks around. She says, "Oh, you're missing some pinches of grave dirt." And so she just reaches into her purse and just throws some little bits of grave dirt into the corners of your home.
Do I know why she's doing that? Can I roll my occult?
Sure, you can give it a try. It's outside of the realm of your magic, so it's going to be a difficulty 8.
Difficulty 8. Okay. Whoops. Why is it? Oh, that's why. Sorry. I'm like, why isn't it hitting my 0? 8. 3.
Okay. You're not entirely certain the reasons why, but grave dirt is typically used in necromancy.
Oh.
So that's what you would correlate that to, and you're like, oh, maybe that has something to do with spirits or the dead.
So listen, Evelyn,
Yes.
what exactly are you looking to trade?
She says, "Oh, well, I'm in the process of moving along, but I do have some rituals with me. I took the assumption, and I believe you have a ritual that caused this. And I would be more than happy to, what do they call that? Vis-a-vis? 1 for 1?
I actually am very interested in that. What do I know which ritual she's talking about? Because I have several on her Haven. So
it is the one that has crone in the name. It's
Fear the Crones.
there you go.
Okay.
Basically, it makes your home look like it's haunted.
Oh, you want...
Hence the fact that she's very interested.
Yeah.
You basically just attracted somebody from the Addams family.
Yeah.
She just needs to get herself a predator.
Yeah. And that's a level... Let me see. What level is that?
I think it's level 1.
Yeah, that is level 1. Oh, you're referring to the Fear the Crone's Lair, I believe, is the one that it's called.
Then yes. It sounds wonderfully pagan, and I must have it.
Well, I am in the market for a ward versus werewolves, or Garou, or lupine.
They're all the same thing.
All the above.
She says, I don't have that, and that would be a bit much for something so basic, but would you like preserve the corpse?
Ooh.
Yes.
Preserve the corpse.
Yes, please.
Henri wants that one.
Yes. That's the only blood
Is
magic
that a
he
ritual?
wants.
Is that well, I want to look it up. Like, can you... I mean, I know it's probably self-explanatory, but I don't even know if I'm sure I could use it, but...
It's it's called preserve corpse. It's under necromancy.
Yeah, Henri would just learn the discipline just to learn that.
Preserve to prevent decay. I mean, I want to learn it. I mean, ever really gets that.
So she sees her kind of mulling it over. She says,
Yeah.
"What about call the hungry dead?"
Ooh. Call the hungry dead.
Zombies. Zombie. Zombie.
Dahlia needs that one.
Emotional, damn it!
How about both, and I will teach you another ritual.
Oh, more are on the table. Oh, wonderful. So she seems very pleased, and then you hear this. What? Ooh!
Uh-oh.
And she says,
quiet,
and
Talus.
she says, "Oh, you have company? He sounds familiar."
Just a cantankerous reading companion.
I actually really miss Talus.
And she says, "Oh, then I think I know who that is." And so she just kind of, walks off that direction.
I'll trail behind her and
Sure.
just sort of observe. Yeah.
When she walks with her hands right behind her back. Like at the very base, and just kind of excitedly walking along, and she turns and and he's like, "Who is this? And who comes into this home?" And she says, "Oh, it's Book. I do remember you." And she says, and he's just like, "What?" And she says,
"This is Talus.
Did he have memory problems again?"
Again? What problem did he have before? And how do you know him, by the way?
She says, "Oh, I did a tour in Arizona many years ago."
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
And she says, "I don't," and she's talking to him almost like he's deaf. "I don't know if you remember me, but I actually wrote part of the Legacy of Blood within your bindings." And he's like, "Oh, you must be Alan Thornfield." "Yes, of course I remember. My memory is impeccable."
I do need to get him out more. Well, I'm glad you guys are catching up.
And so she turns around and she says, "You didn't tell me you were Sabat. That's wonderful."
I am not Sabat anymore.
Oh?
I am Anarch. This is an Anarch city.
Oh, it's gone to the Anarchs now?
It has.
How unique.
Yes, it is definitely a melting pot.
And she says, "I thought there was something familiar about your pallor."
Yes, I had my clan interests that came first.
She's like, "Funny, you don't look Ventru."
I am not Ventru. I'm not
And so
offended by that, but I'm confused by that.
Yeah, so she kind of like she doesn't say anything, but she goes, sort of thing. Like,
and I kind of nod, like, no, I'm Leannon.
She said, "Oh, that recent that dead clan that came back not too many years ago. Oh, that is wonderful."
Indeed.
"No wonder this was so delightfully pagan." And she's like looking around. She says, "I understand now." Just kind of like getting, like the earthy tones and the plants that you've got in here and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, if you are interested in trading rituals, like I said, I am interested in both of those that you suggested, and I'm sure I have a couple under my belt that you would want.
And she tells you she has a total of 4 to trade.
4 to trade? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will.
Even though the ones that the 3 of the 4 she's willing to trade are in necromancy, the way she transcribes them will work for your blood magic paradigm.
Okay, that's cool.
So she has Preserve Corpse, Call the Hungry Dead, Insight. All those are necromancy. and then sanctify the temple, which is an anarch ritual.
Oh, that one's good. Okay. Well, the ones that I have Court of Hallowed Truth, Unweave, Heart of Stone, Mirror Walk, Dedication of the Chantry, which probably won't teach, Deny the Intruder, and Ward versus Demon. I have Defense of Sacred Haven and Corporal Passage, Eyes of the Nighthawk, Fear the Crone's Lair, Consecrate the Grove, Mark of the Dragon, and Carving the Staff.
Well, she will take. She'll take the obviously the Fear the Crone's Lair
Right.
first,
Mhm.
and the other ones you listed off were higher level.
Yeah,
So
so
she will
maybe
take. She'll take Ward
one.
versus Demon,
Okay.
and for those two, she'll give you the 4.
Okay.
So she, pulls out like like an old leather bound booklet or whatnot, and she starts jotting jotting things down, and she's just giddy at this point. She's like, I never imagined my stroll back through Ashland and I would suddenly find magic that I could trade for. This is so delightful.
I have never had a drive-by spell ritual trade person. This is weird. But I'm not opposed to it, but it's just I guess the wards I have up have a sort of a dual-edged sword on that, I suppose. It's good and bad, but if it brings useful things like this, then I can't really be too mad at it.
She says, yes, the wards were a little off-putting, but this other one that I picked up on, it was absolutely worth the
Just
pain.
enough. Okay.
And she,
Well,
and
if,
she turns again and she says, "No, I'm being polite. Ryan, would you go outside and just take yourself to the car right this instant?" She stomps her foot.
Well, knowing now that these are necromancy, I totally understand that that's probably a ghost or something that's she's talking to. Okay. I know this might be a little bit of a random question, but do you happen to know the more recent location of the Midnight Augury?
And she says, "Oh, I do love that place. You've gone there as well." The
I
nightclub
have,
is
and
kind of, but the marketplace is wonderfully delightful.
I have been quite successful there with the marketplace myself. So, but it's moved recently, and I'm just trying to find it again because what I asked you earlier, I'm looking for the ward versus werewolf ritual.
Oh, I see. Well, you could probably find that there.
Yep.
She says, that particular location has actually moved on to Seattle.
It's in Seattle now. Okay.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Oh, you're not on their mailing list?
They have a mailing list.
Nice.
Well, of course.
Well, I mean, I don't frequent there a lot, but that's probably why I didn't know about it. But now I do. How do I get on it? Well, you know what? I'm going to be visiting there, so perhaps.
Well, do you happen to have an email address?
I could think of one person who probably doesn't, but most everybody does. Yep, Henri is literally the one I was thinking about.
If Harper finds out, she'll change that.
My new bestie.
Yep.
So
I do
she
have
said,
an email.
Okay, so she says, just write it down at the top of the first ritual you're going to give to me, and I will speak to. Hold on a second. What was his name again? I will talk to Mr. Youngblood and make sure that your name is added.
Wow. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And she'll be writing down the ritual. It's sort of like as we're sitting down at the table, like, she'll be writing it, all down to exchange and translating it for and whatever.
Sure. She's kind of doing the same thing, with the ones that she's going to be giving to you.
Yeah. And, while we're on, you know what, I'm just going to go for broke here. Do you happen to know anybody by the name of Roxy DeSantos?
Roxy DeSantos. It doesn't.
She tends to frequent the augury.
It doesn't ring a bell. Do you happen to have a physical description?
she'll describe. Rachel forgot what she looked like, but
Okay. So she's like, no, it doesn't sound familiar. She sounds like one of those millennials.
well, steer clear of her if you ever find her. If she comes to your city or wherever you wind up staying, kick her out.
Oh, she's bad news then?
She's
I
very
will
bad
notate
news.
that down. Thank you very much for that information, Chair.
Yes. She is a human sorcerer, by the way. So, but just yeah. But if you happen to come across Ward versus Werewolf, please let me know, and I'll be happy to exchange another ritual if we ever cross paths again.
Oh, of course, of course. I'm only going to be in the area for a couple of days. I have secured a haven in Talent nearby. I thought I would take in the sights in the area one last time before I pass through again. So if you need to reach out to me, you can. She pulls out a little desk bell, like you would ring for at a service desk, and she says, "Just ring this twice, and I will know."
Oh, how clever! And again, I'm not trying to be rude, but what clan are you?
And she's like, "Funny, I was never told." So I just tell everybody, I'm clanless.
Oh, interesting. Well, I thank you for stopping by. Please don't be a stranger. I welcome the company of somebody who has similar interests.
Oh, why, thank you very much. And she says, and you really should get some of that grave dirt for your home. Put it in the corners. Even, honey, even if you don't know necromancy, it tells those spirits that you mean business.
Oh, well, that is. I had thought that's what it was related to. Now you just confirmed it, but I will. And thank you for what you did put around.
Oh, of course, of course.
All right. Well, she'll get up and show her out. I'm sorry, I'm not offering refreshments. I'm out at the moment.
Oh, of course not. You were more than kind. You put me up in your haven, and we made an exchange. It is all good.
Well, hopefully I'll see you around, and she'll lead her out. And
so as she starts walking,
I tell her the areas actually to stay away from, as far as like where the Garu or the werewolves hang out, like, and then the mountainside and all that.
Okay.
Just be careful while you're here. There are some hot spots.
Okay, and she's like, "Oh, they've infested that area again."
Again. One day you're going to have to come back and tell me this history.
Like termites.
We have an agreement with them. However, it's complicated. So anyway, all right, well, she'll wave her off.
Okay, so as she's exiting, she's like, "No, Mr. Romero, you may not. Get in the car." Just out loud. Then keeps walking.
Cool.
And
informative.
And now it is the evening of the meeting. Word has been passed around at this point. A little bit more securely, not via chat, but in common places that many of you would go. Word is spread that, okay, we're having a meeting on this night. Just for security purposes, because it's a new location and whatnot. Everybody's trying to keep it tight and concise. Sophie, you were the first to show up. There is a minimal staff at the front. And one of the concierge at the front opens the door and welcomes you in. And he says, "Ms. Lore, is there anything we might get for you this evening?"
You don't mind me bringing my cat, do you?
We are of the understanding that we are to listen to you. So if you wish to make that rule or amend that rule, we are completely okay with that, ma'am.
Thank you. Yes, because she's wearing like a baby sling with
Oh,
cuddles in it.
Aww.
It's very un-Toreador like, but she's tried to, make it work.
It's got some bling.
It's fashionable.
There you go. It's Gucci. I mean,
so she'll say, when the others arrive, please direct them to the meeting room.
of course. We are also advised to keep a limited stock on hand of refreshments. So please be aware we have some, but not much.
So we'll make a request if such is required.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your evening, ma'am.
So Sophie will go to the meeting room.
Okay.
And kind of look around on the way, try and.
So obviously, there's not a lot of people walking the halls. If anything, it's just like somebody walking around, just making sure it's clean, or running a vacuum occasionally. There's no one actually.
Is it in business yet? Oh,
no,
okay.
not yet. It is not in business yet. Well, not for guests. It's in business in the sense that there are people here, basically just waiting for the word go.
Okay.
The meeting is actually the main ballroom.
Okay.
So there's actually several tables in there already set up, but one main one with actual like nice office comfy chairs sat around it for upwards of 10 people.
All right. So she'll just kind of walk through the room, assessing things and waiting for people to show up.
So with the exception of Shelley, all of you eventually get there. Similar circumstances. Somebody, motions you through the front door foyer area. It just looks. For those of you who were in this place back when it was abandoned / for sale, it looks way better. There's actually a couple people out here, like at the front. They're not really doing much, but they're just kind of watching the door, letting people in, kind of acting as extra eyes and potential security. Occasionally you'll see somebody going around running a vacuum, making sure the place is swept and trash is picked up and whatnot. Otherwise, very quiet, very calm. All of you are motioned into the nice big ballroom here, which could probably seat up to 1,000 people.
wow.
So it's, this place is actually big enough to hold a small convention at. Or if you wanted to turn this into like a temporary club, to invite other sort of revenue coming in, you could do that too. Guest speakers, that sort of thing. So obviously it's not huge, but it's definitely falls nicely in the mid-range.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, we could put the comic books over here. We could put the DVDs over here. And we could have a big sign.
What comic books are you talking about?
Any comic books. DC, Marvel. The other one I can't think of, Malibu. Do they still make Malibu?
Why are we going to put comic books?
This place is huge. Look at it. You have space for days.
It could hold a lot of comic books. That is true.
Yeah, we could sell comic books, read comic books, watch comic book movies.
I think he likes comic books.
Really nice.
You should get together with Doug.
Doug?
We'd have plenty to talk about. Apparently. Great. Welcome, everyone. So I've been informed that there are limited refreshments on hand. So I think it would probably be wise to keep that an emergency stash. But just so you're aware, that is something available to us.
Jerome, I have weekly. I have to spend X amount of blood for my spawning pool.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to mark that down to like for tonight that I've spent that, or is that something
Yes.
that I? Okay.
Yes, you would.
So I would need to feed before I came here then.
Probably.
So I'll be showing up a little bit later then.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just real quick. Is that all dots need to be spent at one time, or is that a dot per day, or because I'm not looking at the it doesn't stipulate on there.
We'll worry about that later.
Okay, cool. So I'll just assume that it was all at one time, and then so I definitely need to go feed.
Is there like a table? There is a table and chairs, right? You said 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
So Sophie will take a seat and like gesture for everyone else to have a seat, and she'll say, "Does anyone have updates on anything that we should know?"
Well, I already told all of you about getting cleaned out several nights ago. Nothing. I haven't heard anything else about that, but
Yeah, that's
Extremely
How do you
disappointing.
feel about all that?
yeah, I was hoping it wouldn't happen, but I figured it's bound to. Tremere, they got spells that let him do anything.
It could have been worse, I suppose.
Yeah.
Do you feel secure there?
I mean, as far as that, if they wanted to do something, they could have come after me, but clearly they don't care about me or anybody else. They just wanted their Tremere stuff back, which seems pretty Tremere. So I feel safe at this point. It's got the other wards up on it. Those, I guess, are going to eventually fade away. I don't know how long that'll be, but for now we're good.
Okay.
What I know, Jerome, based on, I mean, the fact that I know the rituals that she did have on her haven, if she is gone, the caster is gone, does that mean that they fade or they drop automatically after a period of time? Or would that be
it operates,
they just stay up?
No, it operates like yours. So if the person who cast it or has the ability to cast it is not there to, is in essence, refresh it, it'll eventually fade.
It will eventually fade? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. I was just curious, so well, Ben, they will eventually fade, but I have some that I'm certain I can recast on there for your protection if you plan on staying there.
Yeah, if you're willing, just let me know if you want anything in exchange. Get that taken
No,
care of.
absolutely not. You've done a lot for this city, and Lily was a valuable member as well, and it's just necessary. So
I can set up security cameras.
Won't stop you from doing that. Yeah, but anything you're willing to do, it's great.
Actually, speaking of which, that might be something that we ought to talk to the inn people about. I don't know what kind of security they've got going on here, but it might be worth looking into. If we're going to use this building for any length of time. And actually, that's part of the reason that I thought we ought to meet here, because clearly there's a good amount of space, and it's not a known location. I thought maybe we could kind of do a little survey and see if we think it's an appropriate space to use for meetings.
Do you want me to talk to him about security?
That would be great. As part of our survey, that could be really useful. No rush. It doesn't have to be right now, but soon.
Well, it's plenty big. If we ever have one more of those shindigs, this is the place to do it.
Or apparently, if we want to sell comic books or
Yeah.
whatever.
By the way, do we know how's Persephone and any of the other werewolves who are still alive? Like, are they doing all right, or what's going on with them? Do we know?
I was actually about to ask Jerome that. Would we have had any follow up with Persephone or with Isadora and Caleb?
None as of yet, no.
Okay. I feel like Sophie would have checked on them in the last week.
Mm-hmm. She probably would have, but there's nothing out of the ordinary to report currently.
Nothing to report. Okay. I haven't heard anything. Caleb's still same as last I saw him. Has anyone else heard anything?
No.
I still need
What
to get the
about-
drones up to the Oasis to check out Roxy.
I was going to say, has anybody made any inroads into figuring out what Roxy's been up to?
Actually, I took a couple of days to basically just have a whole big swatch scrying session on her companions. I was sort of dual purpose. I was trying to find the newer location for the Midnight Augury because it has moved, which I did find out where it is, but that's a side note. So she has two companions. She has this Bobby fellow who is this just heavyset dude that is a bit of a perv, honestly. He's a bit of a peeping Tom. He has this penchant for basically peering through bushes at the university in Oregon.
Okay, that's not cool.
No, it's not. However, I was able to also observe that he has this particular obsession with one student there, which could be worked to advantage. This Allison Leary chick. I was watching sort of how he comes in and leaves, and he never stays in town. And this is over in it's over at I forget the city that he mentioned, Southern Oregon University area.
Quan teaches up there.
Who? Sorry?
Quan.
Oh, well, that's good to know then. You might want to watch out for this guy. But I think I found like where he's sort of like coming in, or at least where what I believe where's the Midnight Augury, but he goes down east on Dead Indian Memorial Road into the mountains. When I kept trying to scry on him, and basically it was just sort of one of those full dead stops where I should be able to scry on anybody anywhere unless they're in a different sort of pocket, if you will, like the Midnight Augury. But it seems to be over there by the Howard Prairie Lake Resort. As far as like where he sort of comes in and out at.
Have you
place that Roxy was supposed to be at?
I'm sorry, what? The
Hyatt Lake Resort, and there by the reservoir, or are we talking about a different?
Is that a different one, Jerome, or is it the same?
It's a different one.
It's a different one.
Well, that's not great.
Yeah, well, I mean, that seems to be where he disappears into. I mean, I couldn't follow him after that, which is rare. I also went ahead and watched Sasha, who is the chick that accompanied. She's basically like, she has, from what I remember, I understand that she has some actual natural innate talent. Sort of a more hard-headed version of Roxy, if that's, or whatever. She's actually been dealing with the Southside Souls, it seems, primarily. She's been meeting up on the end. Guys, I'm a bit concerned because they are militarizing themselves.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
witnessed, and by the way, trying to scry on her, it gives me literally a migraine. I've had it happen twice now. On this chick, and I don't think I think it's just her spells that she's using to prevent that type of thing, but um, I don't think she's like looking for me specifically. I just think it's something she's doing because I witnessed her uh, doing a spell. Then after that, I basically blacked out for an hour because I got a huge migraine at that point.
So she has magic. Do
She
you know
does.
if the other guy does too, or is he just a
I didn't
Joe
witness him
Schmo?
performing anything outside of maybe he's got that X-ray vision to assist in his peeping Tom obsession. Um, but I didn't observe that on him. He just seems to be this really sad excuse of a groupie. Um, but as far as Sasha, she's the one that I'm more concerned about, honestly. She they have been down. She was recently down in Keno, Oregon, and they were picking up shipment these large unmarked crates of stuff. And they were picking up shipments of stuff. I don't know, but the fact that they're militarizing them, when I say militarizing themselves, they are loading some stuff with weapons, with explosives, like all of this stuff. Like they are prepared like for a full on invasion almost.
We need to nip this as
Yes.
soon as possible. This is bad.
So this concerns me because I know that they are. I know that possibly this could be the cartel related. I think. I'm concerned that there's going to be some kind of war that may happen. And you know what? The fact that Roxy's in charge of this by way of Sasha is, yeah, I can't even tell you how bad this is.
I wonder if we could have Mr. Vidia send his sidekicks up there and take a look at what they're doing.
We could. I mean, if that one chick has magic that does stuff, don't know how useful it'll be, but I can let them know. Where were the South Side Souls doing that stuff again?
They're
Well,
around town, aren't they?
when I saw them in the Southside Souls, when I was scrying on her when she was meeting up with them, do I know if they were in what city they were in?
Mhm.
No, I wasn't able to tell what city they were in, but she was
I
in
think
Keno, so stuff is coming in through that avenue.
I think it would
Okay.
be really useful to take a look. She pulls up the like a Google Maps
Sure.
of Ashland and points out I don't know if you guys are looking at it, but Hyatt Lake Resort is at the Hyatt Reservoir, and just down the road is Howard Prairie Lake, and the Howard Prairie Lake Resort is right there too.
Mhm.
So they're both lakes outside of town, both a resort, and I would venture a guess that Roxy has probably bought both of them. So if we could get some eyes just around their operation, that would be really great.
I can send the drones out and see what we can see sometime.
That would be a fantastic idea. And you know what? There's probably limited visibility at night. I don't know how well lit it is, but if you could have somebody take footage during the day so we can look at it later, that might be easier. Right, Jerome, we can watch footage of stuff from daytime, right?
Yes.
That's not okay.
Yeah,
It's just
if
being
if that
in
was
daytime.
if that was the case, vampires would be like documentaries.
Oh.
Does this
You know-
movie have any daytime scenes?
Right. Ben goes, I just remembered I have Seth's owl. I'm pretty sure those things can see at night. I can actually have it fly around too. I can talk to those things now. So
Oh, well, why not? Any resources we can get up there would be really helpful.
all right.
Any other thoughts? Any other news?
I learned a new ritual that I want to try to use for places. It's called Sanctify the Temple.
What
It
does that
is
do?
basically let me pull it up here. I mean, I'll have to try to dumb it down, or not dumb it down for me. Not for y'all, sorry. Let's see. Basically, it makes it easier to do rituals in the room. Basically, difficulties. It says the ritual lasts for 1 lunar month, but it can be renewed indefinitely. While it's active, the difficulty on all of the rolls to activate old school paths or rituals performed within the temple space is reduced by 1. It basically reduces difficulties on successes for areas.
Yeah, it makes it easier to cast blood magics.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's specifically an anarch ritual, but I learned it from such an obscure individual that is just passing through town. They didn't come around. They're independent. Her name was Evelyn Thornfield. I hate to say it, but she was drawn in by the rituals that I had actually on my area, my haven.
That's alarming.
Paganistic in nature, mind you. The rituals on my haven are meant to push people away, but those that are perhaps drawn to those things can be a bit curious, but it causes them pain to even get through that. But she did, and I don't regret it yet. But we exchanged rituals, and it was pleasant.
Interesting.
She
She
used to be
was
here. She talked as if she had a history here, and it was basically just passing through again.
so she's older.
She seems to be older, yes. She's not. She's only going to be here for another night, and I wanted to let you guys know, but she's not staying. She is independent. I did ask. I don't know what clan she is, and maybe she doesn't seem to know either. So,
Interesting.
but she was informative. She knew my book. Weirdly, she actually wrote part of the book, Talus.
That is really strange.
I mean, I didn't get any bad vibes, if you will, off of her. I told her to come back around if she was in the town, but I don't think she's staying. She seemed a bit nomadic.
Very strange. Okay. Well,
she did tell me
well,
that the
that's
augury was in
good to
Seattle
know.
now, though.
Like the augury itself, or
Midnight
the
augury.
door, or the door.
Well, it
to the augury?
moves. It moves, so she says it's in Seattle now.
Yeah. Hope we don't have to go back there for a while.
Well, I'm planning on going back there because I am on the hunt for the ward versus werewolf ritual.
Ah, well, don't go by yourself, maybe?
I wasn't planning to. I was going to bring at least one other person or ghost with me, or someone that can see the card.
Right. Okay. Well, interesting. Maybe while you're in Seattle, you could take a look around and check on our old friends.
Yeah,
if the
I could.
opportunity arises.
I'm not sure when I'm going to go, but if anyone would like to accompany me, that would be fine. But I don't know how long I'll be there. if I even go into Seattle for that matter. But if I can find the entry over towards, well, hold on, sorry, out of character. Is Howard Prairie the lake resort? Is that in Seattle or is that?
No, it's in Ashland.
That isn't okay. That's what I thought. So, I think that the entry might be at that resort, but I'm not sure. Um,
Why do
well, one of the
you?
portals. Well, because when I was scrying on Bobby, that's where I lost track of him with scrying. And the
Oh,
only
you
other
think he
place that
went
I've
into a portal
yes.
and disappeared? Well, would Roxy maybe have an ability to create another portal?
Actually, don't. Okay, this
Is
just
that a
goes back
thing?
to I don't. Thinking this is whatever. Well, I remember it on my other character as far as them having these areas, so I can't do it on this character. I am not sure if sorcerers have areas that they do that. I just know that when I was trying to do the augury, it was a similar uh, dimensional type thing where I couldn't get through.
Hmm. Well, that's yeah, the resort is nowhere near Seattle. It's just outside of town
So
here. So
maybe it's not the entry. Maybe that is something else. I don't know.
So a door comes opening up into the ballroom. Quan comes walking in with somebody else. A petite, young-ish, not young as in like, teens, but maybe a little bit meek looking person in tow. Quan is in his business clothes. And when I say business clothes, Quan has fingerless gloves on. He has black slacks, a black t-shirt. His long hair is is pulled back. This is when Quan dresses like this, it usually means business of a non-mercantile nature.
Mm-hmm.
and a non-scholastic nature.
That is correct.
Hey Quan, I was actually just thinking about you earlier. There's wondered if there was if you'd heard any reports of a guy snooping around the university in inappropriate.
I would have to look into that. That's not exactly my department. But
Right. I know you're not like the security part or
You got a peeping Tom.
Okay.
It's a person of interest to our business.
Noted. I will. I'll look into it if you can give me some sort of description. Maybe I'll have other members of the family check into that. But that's actually not why I'm here. Sophie, meet your new protege.
I'm sorry?
Of sorts.
My protege.
She's one of yours, unless you would rather us kick her over to the Camarilla in Portland.
Oh, heavens no.
By all accounts, she apparently is from here. She was apparently embraced somewhere in Salem. Our people picked her up and brought her back here.
Well, thank you for doing that. Do we have a name?
So he looks to you. Muted.
Danny Flair.
Danny Flair. Nice to meet you. I'm Sophie Lore. I'm the Baron here.
Likewise.
Well, if you'll have a seat, we'll Love to get to know you.
Thanks, Bruce. She'll plop down in a chair.
Sophie is thinking, who is Bruce?
And she's going to prop her feet up on an empty chair.
Hey, how was Salem?
Busy.
I'm gonna go ahead and do an aura perception
Go ahead.
since we're trying to get in the habit
Okay.
of doing such things.
Pretty nice place here.
That's one success.
Okay.
Perfect.
She's annoyed.
Okay. It's new.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's not like you guys have a guidebook or something.
Well, I suppose we could do better at signaling to new folks in town.
I didn't even know what happened. One moment I'm chasing a suspect, and the next moment, wham, I am on the floor. I wake up with this terrible feeling in my gut, and all I want to do is tear people apart.
Oh, so you're really new.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ben
I-
looks. Okay.
And with
go
that, Quan says, "There you go. I'm out. Good night, everybody." And he walks out.
Night, Bruce.
Night, Quan.
Oh, I think I get the Bruce thing. Well, Rachel is maybe not here.
I think you need to talk to your other friends and tell them not to, sideswipe a gal like that.
Like what?
When
I'm a freaking vampire. I don't want to be a freaking vampire.
so when did that happen to you, Danny?
A couple of nights ago.
Boy, brand new.
Wow, really new.
Don't be offended, but have you eaten anything since then?
I really don't want to talk about that. It wasn't really a pleasant experience.
Okay, so the answer is yes. All right, never mind then. Sophie will motion to Damaris that, or not motion, but like mention to Damaris that she ought to text Quan when she gets a chance. Just the description of that guy
yeah,
and what
I
you
will.
saw. Okay, well, it sounds
Henri-
like we've.
Unreason to walk in at this point.
What does he look like? Does he look like Henri, or does he have a mask up?
He's got his mask up. It is Jacques Cousteau. He's wearing his turtleneck. He's not wearing the full on suit the way he's done the last couple times. So he's just wearing his turtleneck with his little and he's got a little blood on his face. But he comes walking in. He's like, "Oh, bonjour. I'm so sorry. It was an I had sorry. So he's looking around for a chair, and whatever open chair is, he'll come and walk and sit down.
I guess she'll take her feet out of the chair. Kind
And
of
Ben,
look at him. I thought you were dead.
I think we are all dead here. Who are you?
Danny, who are you?
I am honored. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, I thought you were that ocean dude. You kind of look like him.
Jacques Cousteau. Yes, I choose this face. His face is for now.
You
He
choose.
looks a little creepy if he doesn't put on a face.
You know. I don't want to know. No.
You'll find out soon enough. It's fine.
It's for a baroness. She does not prefer my usual visage. But we are all friends here. Should I show my true face?
no, like Danny there, she's like brand new, Henri, like a couple of nights ago, brand new.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Danny. Enchanté. But maybe another night, I will reveal my true self to you.
Sure.
This is simply a mask.
Okay then.
Danny, can you tell me anything about your conversion experience? Do you remember?
Like I said, I was tracking a suspect. Went into this warehouse. Next thing I knew, I'm waking up in a dirty glass closet, and well, I told you.
So you weren't awake when it happened.
I don't remember it. No.
Can you tell us about the person you were tracking?
Yeah, he jumped bail.
Bounty hunter, huh?
I see you're the smart one.
I've worked with a few in a few cases. Where like did you come from? Are you from the Ashland area or somewhere else?
Yeah, born and raised here.
Okay. Well, we got
So
to
you
find out
know
who's
your way
making
around-
new ones.
So you know your way around the city then?
Well, yeah, I grew up here.
Um,
Kind of surprised to find out that you guys are here.
Okay. So, question, and Damaris will speak up. So, you're from here. You're what? A bounty hunter here? And you have a presence here. So, people you know here are going to know that you have gone missing? Or are you. How fresh is fresh for you?
You mean like, did I shower?
Wow. No. How long ago did you get turned? You said a couple of days.
A couple of nights ago. I guess if that's what you want to call it.
Okay. So nobody really knows that you're in this change yet. So, as for all intents and purposes, you basically are now switching to nights. How's
Well,
your boss going to handle that?
my boss? I don't have a boss.
Oh,
I
you
am the
don't.
boss.
Okay. Well, discretion is key. You are going to have to make some important arrangements at this point.
What kind of arrangements?
Day versus night, you're going to need to learn how to be discreet. You need to learn how to feed. You have to do all of this stuff.
you have somewhere safe to stay?
Yeah, I have my apartment and
It's not safe.
my roommate.
You have a roommate?
Yeah.
They haven't noticed anything weird?
I told her.
Ooh.
You what?
She thinks I smoked something, but yeah, I told her. Of course, I'm going to tell her. She's my best friend. This guy came out of nowhere, hits me. Next thing I know, I told you I'm in a closet, and I got this pain in my gut, and then I tore this poor guy apart that I didn't even know. So of course I'm going to call my roommate and tell her. I had to tell somebody.
So Sophie, you feel a paw near your shoulder, like tapping at you. And he says, Mommy, you're going to have to treat her like Forrest Gump. So get her a box of chocolates and some leg braces.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
And Danny's going to kind of look around because they weren't discussing the movie. What? You talking about Anne Rice's movie, Interview with the Vampires? Can't believe this shit is real.
Who's sitting next to Henri on his other side? If he's sitting next to Danny?
Harper. We're besties.
All right. Harper, I'm going to turn to you, and I'm like, does she need to Google this roommate, or is this someone that we need to take care of?
Whoa! You're not
no,
taking care. No. You're not taking. No, you're not icing my roommate.
I'm not yelling this at the table. I'm kind of like I'm just whispering over to Harper.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'll retract that.
Save it for the next line.
I don't think she needs to be Googled. I think she thinks her roommate's crazy.
But she said she told her she was a vampire, so it's going to become very obvious.
How long have you known this person?
What, my roommate? She's my best friend. I've known her, I don't know, 20 years.
See, she can be a ghoul.
Are you sure she doesn't believe you? If she's your best friend of 20 years and you tell her this weird story, does she think you're just kind of loopy, or does she actually think there's something real going on?
I haven't actually been home yet because Bruce kind of snagged me off the streets. And,
Right.
well, I'm here.
She may need to be Googled just to keep her safe.
Yeah.
Gould.
Who is this Bruce?
She's talking about Quan. It's her thing for him.
As Harper just mentioned, we were just should Google this roommate? Bring her into the fold?
Might not be necessary. Look, Danny, so you got a lot to learn. It's a complicated thing being one of us, and that's just putting it lightly.
For some reason, I believe you.
Yeah. So first off, welcome to the free city of Ashland, as we call it. All of us here are known as anarchs. It's a group of vampires. There's different ways to talk about the groups of vampires, and you'll get to learn that. But we're going to say you're an anarch because you're with us right now, just to make sure that's all clear. If anybody asks who you're with the anarchs, but only if a vampire's asking you. You're raising your hand, really?
Yeah, I got a question.
Go for it.
Do you mean we can't just go hunt the guy who did this to me and kill him so I can go back to my life?
Not how that works.
No. It does not work like that. You are a vampire now.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff from movies and stuff, maybe, this much of it is right, and then this much of it is completely wrong. So again, we've got to tell you what's what. Just it'll take some time.
Pendejo.
Do we know what clan she is, Benjamin? She is so new.
She didn't. Unless somebody tells you, I don't know what other way there is to find out what clan you are. And if she was just turned, yeah, we're not going to know.
We tested some of Lily's abilities to find out she had those extra Serpentis abilities.
That's true.
So at this point, you hear from the pouch in Sophie's front. For those of you who have animalism, I am not teaching her.
Oh, Mando, is that damn cat here?
He's been a little clingy ever since the attack.
A little.
And she's
You're
gonna like
wearing
stroke
a
his
baby
head.
wrap.
Yeah, by the way, nice cat purse. That's
Yeah.
Oh, no.
kind of weird.
Hello,
look.
Kitty.
I'm surprised you didn't bejewel it to match your outfit.
Kitty,
Well,
kitty.
It's new. It's new.
She's
Give it
gonna
time.
look. She's gonna look over at Johnny's direction. So, what's your story?
My
Yeah, what
story.
is your story?
I don't have a story.
Lies.
That's my story.
He's a very good runner.
I'm a very good runner.
You're a coward.
And you like to set people on fire.
I don't run away from it.
No, but you do like to set your friends on fire.
I didn't set him on fire.
No, then explain the fire mark on my back.
She set the room on fire.
Mio.
Yeah,
That was
she
just
set
you.
the room with everybody on fire.
Well, this is true. But
Everybody was out or on their way out. I'm only sad that it didn't catch it in it a little bit more for running away before it happened.
I can't believe.
whoa, don't do that. It's not a good thing to
I'm gonna do a self-control check.
do. Yeah, I think I'll have to do the
And-
same thing.
So is that's just the straight self-control, or is it intelligence or anything? Just say.
Rachel, your camera got dinged a little bit. You need to turn it a little bit. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, Rachel's question is it a straight self-control check?
For what?
For this,
She just did the sign of the cross right next
because
to
she's
me. and-
Catholic.
Why would you need? Do you have an aversion to crosses?
No, that's not why. I'm rolling my self-control around Johnny.
Oh, I'm rolling self-control
Oh,
because
sure.
It's a. I don't. I think it's
self-control
a
difficulty
magical thing.
5. I mean, he's being
Technically,
he's being
yeah, it's a
irritable, but that's about it.
0.
She failed.
Well, it's not a fail because it's a 10 and a 1, so they cancel each other out.
Well, that's
so
not a
it's a
botch. That
0.
means it's not a botch.
It's not a botch. Yeah.
So it's a failure.
Is that? Oh.
So
Yeah.
you're rolling for a frenzy check.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to not go
Okay.
crazy in front of this human here.
Uh,
Wait, no, that's gonna against my path.
your camera keeps getting turned. Is it like
Because I
on?
keep hitting my desk. Yeah,
Oh,
it's on a
okay.
tripod.
Well, no, I thought maybe it was one of those that had an automatic, like it
No,
tries
I'll
to
need to
auto focus
stop hitting
on
my
your
desk.
face.
No, I just didn't tighten down all the way. That's all.
Okay, no worries. So to reiterate, so you are irritated at Johnny. You have failed your self-control check.
And I'm gonna.
Are you going to spend
I'm
a
gonna-
willpower to direct your frenzy, or are you just going to frenzy?
I'm gonna frenzy.
Okay, so we're in combat.
Nice. Let's go.
For my path, I feel like he's entirely a coward and disrespectful.
Okay.
So it goes against my nature to let that stand. At the moment.
Okie doke.
So
Who's
So
next to Damaris?
at this point, I need everybody to give me initiative checks.
Initiative. How does that go? Dex, wits, 1d8.
For you, it's just a fail. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
No,
Failure.
you add your dexterity and your wits, and then you roll 1d10.
Okay.
14, Jerome.
Dexterity and wits and 1d10.
15 for Ben.
8 plus 8,
Oh, did
16 total.
Is Steven's
I'm also
character?
16.
Is Steven's character in here?
Hang on a second. Brittany, you got a 16 as well?
Yes.
Okay. Presumably, yes, he is, because everybody showed up.
Okay.
Steven, what'd you
He's
get?
been real quiet though.
He's muted.
You're muted, my dear.
You're muted, Stephen.
Uh-oh. Who's got that look?
Yeah, we can't hear you, man.
Oh.
Technical difficulties.
Yes.
Okay.
Damn
There
it.
it is.
Why can't I figure this out?
So, Abby, what'd you get?
It's the R command
Mm-hmm.
and
1d10.
1d10. Space between the R and the 1.
Just R1.
It's going to be /R space 1D10.
I'm going to make you a
Okay.
cheat sheet.
Yeah, I'm
Can you
looking.
hear
At the,
Thank you.
I was looking
Mhm.
at the pin thing. I didn't see it.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Now we can. Hey.
I don't know if I didn't show muted here, so I just rebooted. Okay.
I did it.
I did
13.
not.
Okay, Steven is on 13.
/R1
Make sure you
D
do a space after the colon.
10. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then add.
Wits and Dex.
Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm missing initiative for Todd
It's
and Abby.
9 for Harper.
I have 14.
9. Todd is
And I'm at 16, just so you're aware, Young.
Yes.
Because I didn't add it on there.
A lot of 16s.
Okay. And I don't have Davey on here either. Davey, what'd you get?
13. 1-3.
3. Okay, so top of the round. Cuddles has the initiative.
Wow.
Nice.
He springs off of Sophie and dashes away.
That poor cat.
Smart cat.
He's going to be so traumatized.
He's just springs right off her shoulder and behind her just
I see a
who-
poor new vampire.
I missed the initial activity. Why are we initiative?
Me and Johnny were arguing. I called him a coward, said that he ran away. He's like, well, you hit your friends with fire and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm only sad I didn't get you more with it. And then
Okay.
I basically went off and rolled my self-control because he's being an obnoxious butthead.
And he got Lily killed.
Okay.
hmm
Well, Lily got Lily killed. Let's
No,
be honest.
Johnny got Lily killed because the
Yeah.
werewolf would have killed him if he didn't run.
A Tremere fighting a werewolf is like, I don't even know. I don't even know.
A Tremere
It
bloodbound
boggles-
to a brew.
Thought that counts. I mean,
Yeah. So
Okay.
Tremere,
So-
yeah,
so-
she wouldn't
so-
have left Ben.
So, guys, we got to get back at this. So, top of the round at this point, it is Rachel and Brittany acting at the same time.
I basically shoot up and I am burning for celerity.
You can't. You're frenzied.
Oh, I can't. Oh, I think that. Okay. I haven't frenzied in so long that.
When you're frenzied, it's just primal. If you have claws
Okay.
out, you can use a claws, but
I
you
don't-
can't
that's
burn
next
for
time.
any blood. You can't do
Okay.
any disciplines or anything. It's just you.
I'm
wanna-
basically
you wanna
beelining
kill.
for him. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
beelining for him. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn on Majesty.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And I don't spend anything, right? Wait,
no.
I spend a willpower.
Oh, do you? Okay. Well, yeah, it's not blood, but okay.
Okay.
So you were dropping Majesty. As you were doing that, Rachel and Brittany roll 1d10 to see who breaks the tie for initiative. If Sophie
hold
gets
on,
it,
I missed-
Majesty is up.
That was a 1d1. So then, roll 1d1.
Imagine that. You got a 1.
I got an actual one.
Okay.
8.
Oh.
Damaris is attacking first, so go ahead and roll your dexterity and brawl.
Do I add my potence to that?
No, because you're attacking right now.
Right. Oh, that's right.
But if you have celerity, you will add that to it.
6. I will.
You just can't spend blood to it. So
Okay.
You are leaping across the table, all frothing at the mouth, and lashing out at Johnny. Johnny, are you attempting to block or dodge or what?
I got 5.
Poor Johnny.
I think I'm going to dodge this one.
Okay, so dexterity and athletics. If you have celerity, you can add that.
And I'll spend a willpower. 3 successes.
I got 5.
Okay. That's a bummer.
Welcome to Ashland, Danny.
Mm.
Welcome to the show.
Okay, so you lash out. You don't have any claws, so you take a
No.
swipe at him. Go ahead and roll your strength plus potence. Potence is not automatic, but it does add to dice for damage.
4, 5. Okay.
Johnny, roll your stamina. If you have fortitude, roll that with it as well.
Poor Johnny. Always
I
picked
know.
on.
Always picked on.
Can I spend a will for an auto on
Nope.
damage? Dang it.
Boy, she really
Oh.
wants you.
You are frenzied, unfortunately. So
Hold on.
no.
I know. Hold on. Sorry. Let me roll that again.
You have regretfully lost the opportunity to spend willpower at this point because
3.
you didn't guide your frenzy. So
Right.
Wow. All right. 1 success.
okay, so Johnny ends up getting hit. Bam! Right across the face. You get hit for 2 lethal.
Bam, bam.
Like that Israeli shield 1-2 punch.
Yes.
Yes. Our favorite.
Can I have sort of a moment when I'm on him? Basically, I'm basically gonna jump on him, and you hit him like I hit him, like I said, but I'm basically grabbing him by his shirt collar, and it's like, you are a coward.
You're frenzied. You
will-
have no capability of stating
No?
anything. Nope.
Dang it! I really want to say, just
You
protect
have
your city.
That's
Ugh.
why you needed to guide your frenzy.
Right.
Dang it!
So
Can I
unfortunately,
try later to guide it?
when you come out of frenzy, sure. So
Sure.
at this point, you're just like, "Rah!" You're Tasmanian devil. All right.
No.
You're
Yeah.
going
Tasmanian devil.
I'm trying to say
Yeah.
something, but I can't get the words out. I'm so pissed.
You're just like, "Rah!" and just jumping across the table. Okay, so you hit you
Darn.
hit Majesty. Worship her majesty. I need to get that song for you because that's actually a hymn. You might like it.
Interesting.
But you drop it. Now, anybody who's going to act, if I recall, you have to spend a willpower point.
I think it's specifically if
Against
you're
you.
trying to act against me. So if I can, I would like to place myself in the middle of that fight.
I will give you a dex and athletics check as you nimbly
Okay.
attempt to assert yourself in between, because she didn't grab him, she swatted at him, so there's a
No,
chance.
I was trying to grab his.
Right.
Can I add my
Person.
celerity or my
It,
can I add my
it
celerity
is
points?
a dexterity related task, so yes, you may.
Okay.
So be going ninja, hopefully.
She's channeling Trudy.
Yeah.
Last action, Trudy.
Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6, yes.
Ooh.
6 successes.
Oh, I timed that yeehaw just right.
Eh.
So tell me how exactly it is with that stellar roll you are leaping to your feet.
Majestically.
Obviously,
You
yes.
stomp that heel, and
Her,
everybody
her
hears it.
hair
How
is
are you
flowing behind
placing-
her.
How are you place yourself? Like, are you just like throwing yourself kind of like a body tackle sort of thing?
Well,
are you,
I'm gonna
are you with that kind of
stand
roll?
up-
Are you cartwheeling across the table to get in the way?
First, I'm gonna stand up from the table and like knock over my chair as I'm
Okay.
standing up, and then I'm just gonna like, I don't know.
Superwoman it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you throw your chair back and just leap to put yourself like right and like threading a needle, just like right in between the two of them.
Can I like hold my arms out to separate them?
You did burn for any celerity. That would be an offhand action, but sure. Which you don't have ambidexterity, do you?
I do actually.
Oh, well, then it's not an increased difficulty. So you are attempting to give 2 stiff arms.
So what do I roll for that?
Uh,
Athletics?
Yeah, it's gonna. Well, no. It will be.
Brawl?
Yeah, because you're in a sense striking out. So yeah, dexterity and brawl. You're not doing anything for damage. You're just stiff arming to try and give distance to the
And
two.
do I add my celerity to this too?
It is dexterity related. You will add your
Okay.
celerity. Respect my celerity.
I love it.
Five successes.
Oh, okay. Do you have potence?
Yes, I do.
How many?
I have 3.
Wow.
Roll your strength and potence.
Difficulty 6.
Yeah, still difficulty 6.
3.
Okay. So you leap in between the two, stiff arm both. Johnny because he was still in his chair and was trying to dodge but wasn't really successful. He couldn't get out of the way of either one of you. You're just like way too fast. And you stiff arm, so he falls end over end, from the chair onto the ground and like a couple feet away. You hit Damaris with your palm and stiff arm her and send her the other direction, roughly 7 feet or so, just like, back over, like she hits her chair and topples over. Damaris, Sophie is now the object of your frenzy.
Okay.
As an FYI, she does have Majesty up. That was 16, 15.
Oh, I'm still.
I know that just barely started.
I'm still 16.
Todd, I have you for
Oh.
14.
Oh, I'm sorry, 14. You're right. I'm sorry. My bad.
Ben.
Right. Okay. With that, like, stiff arm, looking at Damaris, does it look like she's calming down, or does
Nope.
she still look? Okay.
No, she's still mid frenzy at this point, and you who are well versed in frenzy know that because Sophie put herself in between and made that connection, Sophie's going to get attacked at this point.
Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna go ahead and draw out his stake because he always like carries one with him, and he's
Right.
gonna try to stake Damaris.
Ugh.
Okay.
Why me? You should be staking him. So I can get to him.
Right.
Okay. Ben, go ahead and roll dexterity and melee as you're coming up over the table to stake her. Damaris, you were frenzied. You are down 1 die at this point. Go ahead and roll your dexterity and brawl to block.
Dex and brawl. 6.
And we have to try and hurry this up because Dale's gonna have to go.
Yeah. It is my difficulty 6 as well.
Said
Yes.
minus 1 die, so I'd roll 5
Yes.
instead of 6. Okay.
That is correct.
Oh my god, why am I even rolling?
12 successes.
How the fuck am I gonna beat 12?
You're not.
A for effort.
The stake just kind
Maybe-
of appears in her chest.
Jesus.
Maybe
Uh,
that's kind of the point.
Ben.
That is overkill.
Okay. Yeah. Ben, roll damage.
Holy crap.
Okay, let's see.
Why can't you like roll
It's,
like that
strength-
when we're
it's
going
strength
after
plus 1
baddies?
and add your potence.
Oh my god. You're gonna blow her chest out. You're gonna have to find her a new one.
I almost had
Four
it come out
successes.
my
Okay.
nose.
So this is what ends up happening. So at this
I
point,
have
just
fortitude.
roll your fortitude then, well, your stamina and fortitude.
Okay.
We have to find you a new chest. Who's going to put it in for you?
Oh.
I can.
I will go elsewhere.
just
I'm
be in
sorry.
permanent
So
frenzy.
6.
I can only do it if it's leather.
3.
Sorry.
3. Okay, so you still
One.
take 1.
So
That
don't
is
blow my chest out.
that is enough to stake. So this is what ends up happening. Damaris loses it. Like literally Tasmanian devil lunges across the table, catches Johnny by surprise. He clearly was not expecting that to happen. And while he did try to move, she still managed to savagely slap him across the face like she was expecting to have claws. But
Yeah,
obviously
that's
didn't.
my next level.
And so, he took that hit, and then Sophie, whoa, and like you can just feel the radiation of her presence coming off. Like it is tangible. And she does one of these numbers, boom, connects, and then like a well-oiled machine, as she connects and sends them both end over end. Ben is doing the 300 thing where he's jumping. He's using the table with one leg, springing up in the air with the stake, and there's this moment where he's got this perfect kind of crescent arc as he's coming down with the stake, and just connects full impact right on Damaris's body, hits a stake, rolls, and then rolls and right up into a standing maneuver, just a ta-da-ta, and then turns around and looks. And then there's Damaris with this really ugly, angry face of like, ah, and just frozen in place.
If only I had the splinter under the tongue.
Oh,
I should have done that.
That's why Lily never went out without it.
Well, I normally don't, but I didn't specify in the beginning. I'm going to do that from now on. I'm going to say it out loud that's my own bad, so I'm going to say it out loud.
So
that I have
while this all is happening, of course,
So
Danny.
So before we continue, real quick, we are officially out of combat unless somebody's going to try and continue it.
Well, Danny would have pulled out her taser and tried to shoot the crazy woman.
What round were you on?
Okay.
I was next.
Oh,
Henri would just go.
I mean, you can still do that. That could be really funny.
Okay, so Danny,
Henri would just go to
roll
restrain
your.
Damaris, but after seeing the stake, he would stop.
Okay, Danny, go ahead and roll your dexterity and firearms.
Okay.
Difficulty 6 still.
Okay.
Henri's like, oh, she's good. What are you doing?
4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. So
4 successes.
Does she try to dodge?
Yes. Yeah. Damaris, with her non-animated body, takes 2 of her butt cheeks and tries to maneuver her stiff body off to the side, so she doesn't get hit with a taser. Just like
getting tased would not be the worst thing that's happened to Damaris.
no. So
in fact, this could almost tickle.
So you get hit with a taser. It's not. You don't know if it's effective or not. She's stunned anyways from the stake. And so then now we're out of combat.
I'm going to turn around to Danny. I'm like, that was not necessary. Look, she has the stick. She's not doing anything.
When she totally takes all this in, she is going to almost freak out. Like, oh my freaking God, you killed her?
No.
it's not
These
like
are
that.
one of the things you got to learn. She's actually okay. I know the whole stake in the heart thing means, oh, you kill a vampire, but in actuality, it just paralyzes them until you take the stake out.
It hurts like a mother. It doesn't. It's not fun, but it's not going to really hurt her. Johnny, what are you doing?
You need to learn how to control your mouth. My master would have cut out the tongue.
And so,
oh my God,
I love
as Henri says that, Cuddles looks over to Sophie like.
Okay, Danny at that point, she's just gonna start walking out the door. She needs air. She's just gonna start walking.
That's funny.
Yeah, the whole, she
Harper
still
will go
thinks
out
she
with
has
her.
to breathe.
Okay. Harper follows Danny.
Okay.
Almost like she's like borderline hyperventilating.
Okay, Sophie's going to turn off the Majesty.
Sure.
And
Ben
collect
walks-
cuddles.
Yeah. Ben walks over and pulls out the taser prongs from Damaris.
Ping pink.
You can hear when you're staked, right? You're just
Yeah.
you're just paralyzed.
Yeah, you're just totally paralyzed. Yeah.
All right. Damaris, so you are you need to calm down. Say, Benjamin, I will. You can remove the stake when you think it is appropriate. But oh shit, this is just crazy.
Yeah. Hey, Baron. I know Kwan said that she's like your protege. How do you want us to handle Danny being literally brand new?
I don't.
Oh boy, you know, it seems like you speak her language. Would you mind maybe taking her under wing a little bit? Maybe give her a chance to test some of those abilities. Maybe we can figure out what clan she is.
That's a good point. All right, sure. Yeah, give this one 10 minutes on ice, and I'll come back and pull out the plug so she can move around again.
Okay. And Sophie will turn to Stephen. I forgot what your character's name is.
Thomas.
Thomas.
Yes.
You can tell we're a little rough around the edges. This may not be what you're used to.
Well, I'm not used to seeing them still standing and staked after talking to someone who's clearly their superior.
Well, you'll get the hang of things.
Validation.
No, I don't think I will.
Johnny, I think maybe we should talk about being a little more tactful.
Well, if she's going to continue bringing it up and being a bully about it, then maybe we just need to have it out.
If you have it out with her, you're gonna die.
Well,
like, really?
She's not going to stop. This is going to keep continuing, and she's going to keep frenzying. So we might as well just put it to bed.
What do you mean keep frenzying? This is the first time.
Okay.
Well, you frenzied. No, you almost frenzied at the.
Well, she was
Almost
talking
doesn't
out of
count.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep in mind, you can't respond, so don't respond.
No.
But you're still stake.
So
Look, I made this. I did
more-
not know you guys were superhero badass vampires that could take on werewolves and mages and aliens and gods and demons.
Oh, and the
Right.
mummies. Don't forget the mummies.
And the mummies.
Yes.
When I see a werewolf, I run. I had no idea you guys were going to stay and fight. That is completely. Hey, if you guys want to get killed, so be it.
That's
Not on
valid.
me. Please,
If we
don't
hadn't,
yeah.
if we hadn't worked together before, then likely we would have others of us would have done the same.
I'm
we can't
sorry.
change it. What's
Yeah.
done is done.
But I'm just look. I don't ask a young vampire to go up against a werewolf. Please don't ask me to do that. Okay?
Johnny,
That boggles the mind. Do you know that
Johnny,
elders fight werewolves and they die all the time? Elders, people who are like 500, 600 years old, they do this for sport and they still die.
Yes.
You're asking somebody who's been a vampire for 20 years to go up against a murder machine. This is incredible, and I can't believe she doesn't understand that. But if she wants to keep bringing it up,
I'm a lot younger than that, hun.
Johnny, honor is very important to her, and you need to realize.
yeah, I know she's a knight. Yeah, I get it. She's a knight, but she's not doing it right. She needs to be protected.
Oh my God!
She
It
needs
is
to be
not-
protecting
Johnny.
those.
Johnny,
I'm not getting
your-
out of this frenzy, Jerome. I'm telling you
I
that right
know.
now.
Johnny, your mouth is what is getting you in trouble. It is as simple as that.
Well,
You
I'm
know,
not going to stand by and let her just say whatever and have her insult me. That's incredible. I'm never going to let her do that.
Okay,
There,
in
if
in
she
the
has-
We just had a
Sabbat, how
civilized
in
conversation.
the Sabbat, how would this have been
we
worked
would have
out?
we would have had it out. We would have
Just
had it out.
okay. Just before, so as you're asking that, and as Henri is like talking about like with your mouth getting you in trouble, and then and he's talking about how like she's not honorable. Like Cuddles is sitting right next to Sophie, like it's like as they're talking, just like he's astounded that some of these things are coming out of their mouth, like pot, kettle, black. What did it? he's literally beside himself, and then he asks, he like tugs on Sophie's blouse real quick, and he just says, it's not too late. We could have Doofus pretend to be the Cadbury bunny.
I don't understand that reference.
He says, "Oh, it's okay. I'll show you the commercial, mommy." Out of character, if you've seen the cat where they were replacing the Cadbury bunny with other animals, at one point they have a lion on there, and he's all bark, bark.
Well, what does that have to do with what's going on here?
Because Doofus is a cat, a big cat.
Yeah.
So
Right.
put ears on him.
But the Cadbury bunny balks like a chicken, bark 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 bark, because the Easter bunnies lay eggs.
Okay, I'm not following. Let's just move
Well,
on.
no, well, basically, so my thing is, you can call me, if she wants to consider me a coward, I don't care. She's nothing to me. You know what I mean? Whatever. But
If that's the case,
if she's gonna keep bringing it up, we need to have it out. Because her job as a knight is to protect those weaker than her. Now, if she wants to box with somebody weaker than her, yeah, we can do it. I don't know. I think she needs some rules. I think you need to put her under an oath or something. Not a blood oath, but she needs to swear an oath.
Johnny,
So
it
there's
is as simple as
You
this,
have
Johnny.
no idea what you're talking about, dude.
If you don't control your mouth, she is going to kill you. She is going to make you into ashes.
I'm hearing all
Here's
of
an
this.
idea. Here's an
destroy
idea.
I
Why
don't
don't we
need to
talk to
control-
Dr. Prester about this?
Yeah, we can talk.
We can have
Oh my
a
God.
mediator.
Yeah.
But you
Huh.
must be, you
You're
must
taking
be
it to the
respectful in
counselor,
your
right on.
conversation. Yes,
These are internal
Damaris
thoughts,
needs to be
by the way.
respectful as well. It would be fun to see her like light you on fire, but that would not be something that I think.
Well, if she's going to do it, she's going to do it eventually, right? So let's just get it out of the way.
She's honorable.
No, she's not. She's calling me a coward. She's insulting me in front of my coterie, in front of the city. She's not doing, what she's supposed to be doing, what she's supposed to be honorable, quote unquote. But if she wants to act that way, and you guys want to allow her to act that way, we need to have it out.
I know.
I'm done. I am done. If she does this again, guys.
I turn
If
around
you
and
want Dr. Prester, I welcome Dr. Prester. Mediate, whatever. But if she's going to keep doing this, and you're not going to put her under an oath or anything, we need to have it out.
This is outside of my realm. I'm there in this. I am going to step outside and check on Danny and Harper and see how they are doing. I shall return with the ladies in a moment. I cannot
Okay.
now. I walk off.
And I'm not sure it's a great idea to argue about this when Damaris can't rebut anything that you're saying.
That's true.
I would like to clarify one thing out of character. Okay, the times that we have talked about Damaris and Johnny having that issue has been out of character. There's only ever been brought up one other time in character since that issue. So I want to clarify. I'm not bringing that up. It's only literally been brought up once in character before this.
Yeah.
Okay? So please try to separate that a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I take that. Fair
It's
enough.
please, it's not against you. It's just the situation. I'm just wanting to clarify. Those other conversations have been out of character. It's only ever been
Okay.
brought up once since that whole incident.
Fair enough.
Okay, and we've never actually properly talked about it or discussed it in character.
Fair enough.
There's been
Fair-
jabs, but that's been it. Okay.
Okay. There have
So
been
keep-
jabs.
All right.
All right.
Keep
Can
it
we get in
guys.
character? Can we
I'm
get in
just trying to
character?
clarify. Okay.
So I think this is a good opportunity to have a trained professional mediate who understands
I love this
all the
idea.
stakes here, because I don't have anything to relate to the path stuff, so I don't feel qualified to do that. So everybody put a pin in it. Damaris, sorry, that's a terrible joke.
That's a
I will make
perfect
In her
joke.
mind, she
I will make an appointment. She'll like lean over and pat Damaris's foot or something, and she'll say, "I will make an appointment with Dr. Prester, and we
mental eye
can
roll
have a discussion."
therapy.
And you can each say your piece.
Agreed. And Johnny will walk out. Exit stage left.
Exit. Stage left.
And I actually have to get going, guys.
Yes.
So
Totally understand.
Yeah, we kept you another 3 minutes.
yeah. Okay.
Night,
All right.
Dale.
Take it easy.
Night,
everybody.
Dale.
Good night.
Dale. So, Henri, you step outside. Obviously, Harper has stepped out there as well with Danny. Danny probably pacing back and forth.
She's trying to leave, but Harper probably won't let her.
Oh yeah, no one's letting you leave.
Yeah. So she'll start. So you're going to come out. She's going to be arguing with Harper and threatening to tase her as well if she doesn't get out of her way because she wants to leave.
Mademoiselle Dani, you need to calm yourself. It is not always like this. Yeah, we had
True.
this is a residue of the combats that we have had recently. Within our little clan, these things happen. So it is part of being who we are.
You know, I at this moment I don't care. I want to go. I got to go home. I need to get away from you people. Far away from you people. You're freaking loco up there. No.
So
No me gusta. No. No.
So, Danny, you're not going anywhere because you need to excuse yourself from the Baron. The Baron needs to dismiss you. You are part of where we are right now. You cannot just.
I ain't part of nothing. No, I didn't sign up for no membership, no dues, no nothing. No.
You would not. You were signed up when you became the vampire.
Yeah, but no, I didn't sign up for this. Some pendejo did this to me. You guys should be out there dealing with your own. And just let me go. I won't tell anybody. She's gonna start getting upset being a bruja.
Mm-hmm.
You said you did not know who did this. Who is this Ben that you said this did this? Is Ben?
No, she didn't say Ben. She said some pendejo.
I know, but
he's taking it literally because he doesn't understand Spanish.
Oh,
stay in character, guys.
Okay, so would she have to do a frenzy check soon?
Oops, that is not what I
Because
wanted
they're
to
not letting her leave. She doesn't want anything to do with this.
Go ahead and give me a self-control check.
Okay.
It would be a difficulty 6, as it you were attempting to avoid frenzy. Then it is a difficulty 8.
Yeah, she's trying not to freak out. So difficulty 8.
Uh-huh.
Oops. I did the wrong one.
Oh.
Botch, -1.
Okay, so you lose it, and you drop into a fear frenzy.
Oh, jeez.
So you're cowering.
No, she's running.
Yeah. And does her celerity
Nope.
kick in?
Nope.
Okay.
That's not how frenzy works.
Okay.
How close are we to the door?
Oh, she's outside.
I know.
You're in the hallway. You were not outside the building
Oh.
itself. 1 second. Hold on, Harper. There we go.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Oh. Okay. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Alrighty. So you see that she just freaks out and starts running for the door. Everybody roll initiative. That's outside. So that's Henri, Danny, and Harper. Somebody roll for Harper. She has we'll just please roll for Harper, and I will add up what she's got here.
Man, high emotions tonight.
Well,
You know, L for love, right? L for love. I promise.
L for love.
I got 12, Jerome.
Okay.
I have 16.
Okay. 16. Did somebody roll for
Oh,
Harper?
no.
So roll 1d10, please.
For Harper, she got a 2, but I don't know what her other.
That's
dots
fine.
are.
I got it. So that is. So she's acting on 7. Pretty low. Okay. So Danny is starting to bolt for it. Henri, you can act first. It's your top of the round initiative, 16. We have secured our limousine.
I don't care enough to physically restrain her, but I don't want her going out without being observed. So I think I would turn to Harper, because I don't know what her abilities are, and just say, go inside, tell them what's happening. I'll follow her. And then I'm gonna obfuscate and then spend.
Obfuscate will happen at the end of the round. So you're gonna run after her?
Yeah, I'm gonna obfuscate and spend celerity, because I don't know how fast she's running. Spend a blood for celerity.
Okay.
So
no problem.
Cool, because I want to chase her, but I don't want to know that I'm following her, basically.
Totally understandable. So you're spending a blood. You will have celerity at the end of the round. All right. So Harper at this point nods. She says, "Sure thing, dude." And you see her draw. You see she draws her her weapon. And
this is about the time Johnny's probably coming outside too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm done with this. What the hell's going on now?
Oh yeah.
he just quickly shuts the door and Baymaxes it. Oh
Yeah.
no.
He opens the door and Harper runs inside. It's like, what the fuck?
Okay, so all right, so and does she does not. Okay, so and Danny does not know this is coming. Okay. Danny, go ahead and roll your stamina.
Okay.
Oh, Harper's doing something. I didn't know her abilities are, so I just like, go do this. So
3.
3, okay. So Howie. All right, so hang on. Oh, okay. Well, the 3 absorbs most of it, thankfully. So you still take 2 lethal.
Okay.
So Henri, so you're like, quickly go inside, tell her what's going on. I will follow. And you start to blur to go chase after her. She goes, okay, dude. She draws her pistol shoots Danny in the kneecap. Danny's kneecap goes flying for 2 points of damage right as Johnny opens the door, and she says, "Told him, dude."
Oh, God.
So let me get this right. The people inside the room just heard firearms outside the room.
One shot, yes. Kapow! And so now we are at
Are we in combat again?
yes, we're in combat again. So Shelly was just running. She got a little bit of distance away from Abby at this point. So Abby just used her as a clay pigeon, kneecapped her, so she's toppling to the ground. Henri, you have burnt for celerity. How much do you have in celerity?
4.
So she wasn't in celerity. So you've burnt so much celerity that you've lapped her like 5 times as she hits the ground. Just like,
like how? I mean, can I just grab her and drag her inside at that point then, or
yeah?
Because if she's been shot, that my action's going to change then. So yeah, I'm just going to grab her and drag her inside.
Okay.
But I would still be frenzying, right?
Yes, you would still be friends. So you're still thrashing around and trying to resist. I'm not going to make prolong this. I mean,
right.
He's much
no, that's
stronger.
fine. No, I'm fine with him dragging her in.
He's much stronger and faster, so he could eventually get a good grip on you, and you just like trying to get away.
Yeah, there's no way she would be able to break his hold anyway.
So as I'm pulling her in, I'm like, Benjamin, do you have another steak?
So at this point, yeah, Sophie, like just as Johnny opens the door, you guys hear the crack of a gunshot, and you see like Harper kind of lean in, and is like, we have a cleanup on aisle 9.
What happened?
It's like when someone throws up and then somebody else gags, and then it just sort of a chain reaction.
So she says, new girl has anxiety, I think. And she kept saying she wanted to go and then couldn't handle it and ran. So Henri said something in French about notifying people, and I just took some initiative.
Okay.
And of course, Henri has got like this solid grip on Danny, who's just like thrashing around, and because he's much stronger than her, it's not like he's jerking around or whatnot. But she's very animated, trying to run away with a lower leg that's just kind of flailing around, as her kneecap got shot out.
How do you get somebody to stop frenzying?
Stake them.
And that's why I yelled that for Ben.
Like, really? That's it?
Stake them. In this case, considering her lack of discipline and lack of information pertinent to survival, you're doing her a favor.
Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah,
Okay.
She only has potence and celerity for disciplines right now.
Well,
does anyone else
let's keep it in character?
Does anyone else have a stake on them?
We can come up with one pretty easily, Baroness.
Yeah, I mean, at that point,
I probably drug her in the room by now.
So. At that point, Ben just breaks the leg on a chair, and he's like,
"Maybe I should just.
I'm good for it."
Is it long enough? We could just like take the one out of Damaris and stick it in Danny.
I mean, you could do that too. One way or the other, however you want to decide it, is fine. Ben can break a chair leg and stake her, or if you want to take the one out of Damaris, you could do that.
Just somebody stake her, for God's sake.
Just let Ben stake her, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll just let him do it.
So he just gets a chair, snaps a kick, to break the one leg off. He's like, I'm good for it. And there's not really much Danny can do, so he just goes and just embeds the stake in her chest.
All right. And Danny goes limp.
I stand up and I'm just like straightening out my clothes. Like I'm concerned about how I look now. So I'm like,
You probably have some blood splashes on you, but the laundromat should fix that. So
I'm gonna go check with the staff at the front and make sure that they are not alarmed at anything that's
the
happening.
gunshot and the
I'll
screaming.
be right back. So Sophie will leave the room and just go make sure that there are no staffers feeling
As you
alarmed.
come running out and going down the hall to basically check with the people at the front desk, two of the guys come, running up to you real quick, just to double check and make sure everything's all right. Just like, ma'am, is everything okay? And like right as you're asking that, the guy who had been vacuuming or whatnot, you see he's got like these big old headphones on. He comes walking by with the vacuum cleaner, just totally oblivious, just cleaning.
Gotta clean the blood up.
There was a minor disagreement. Everything's under control. Just disregard anything that you've heard. It's fine. We're all fine here. How are you?
How are you?
That's it. I'm getting Sophie the shirt that says, "I'm fine." Really, I'm fine. I'm fine. That's
You're
the
fine.
cat with the.
Yep, you're fine. We're fine. We're all fine. How are you? So, there's like, okay, do we need to call anybody to clean up?
No, we're okay. I mean,
Just
was
the,
there
just
wasn't
the
any
blood?
was
Yeah,
there?
yeah. She shot her kneecap out.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't here for that.
Yeah. So there'll be blood splatter.
So Harper's like, I got that, ma'am.
Harper calls me ma'am. Okay. Yeah, we're good. It's fine.
And they're
Don't
like,
worry about it.
And there's like, okay. They just kind of go puzzled back to where they were, just letting it go.
Okay. And then Sophie will return to the room and say, it's been an interesting night.
So, Ben's not here, technically, but he's present. So, do we turn her over to Ben like you talked about? This is out of character. I'm sorry, Jerome. I forgot to go there.
Yeah, keep it in character.
Yeah. So, Thomas would turn to you and Ben and go, I'm assuming, Baroness, that she's going home with Ben tonight? We just need a car to stick her in, and they can take care of that issue.
I think that's the prudent idea. And if something were to happen to her again, he's more than capable of handling it.
We should also have Harper go through her phone, download all the necessary information, and find out who the roommate is, and see if we need to handle that without letting her know this time that it's being handled. It was not a very smart move by whoever said, oh, we should take care of her.
It was a question.
Yes, but you said it out loud.
And she can still hear everything that we're saying.
Yep.
So,
I was just
knows. So she knows. So if something happens to her roommate, she knows who she's coming after.
Yeah.
So Sophie's gonna come into into her view, and she's gonna say, "Nothing's going to happen to your roommate. It's fine."
And in her mind, she's like, Chica.
What?
In her mind, this is what Danny's saying.
I understand, but no one knows that. That's
true.
all out of character.
It's hard. I know.
I swear, this whole thing
your
is
pain.
turned into like Office Space with the next door neighbor. Hey, dude, turn to channel 7,
We're
man.
pissed. We see what's going on and we can't say anything, so we have a mental monologue.
Yes.
No, I understand.
We can't help it.
No, mute yourself then if you and then speak.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Okay.
back in character.
Thomas would kind of look over at Damaris and look at the Baroness and go, she has a code of honor? It was mentioned in the wild.
Yes. I don't know a lot about that, but it seems to me that it's sort of a self-interpretation rather than a rigid set of specifics.
Well, whatever the case may be, the young gentleman's comment about how that could possibly be handled seems somewhat pertinent. Codes of honor are not meant to be flexible by the situation you're in. A code of honor is very, very specific. It always works the same way.
And
So
perhaps it does for her.
I
That's
it
a
may
personal
be,
question.
but if that's the way it is, then it's working to the detriment of your group, is my point.
Well,
So it is a conversation to have. Baron, do you have the ability to? I think you have aspects to see auras. Do you also have the ability to like maybe have a conversation with Damaris as she is rigid in the floor? Can you speak to her?
oh yes,
Can you hear-
actually, I can.
So you could. I mean, she can hear you, of course, but if you could talk to her and
You
see
can
where.
see images and stuff based on what you guys say.
So like that way you could see
We
if she's
can
ready
attempt to
join.
communicate.
Because I'm aware you're doing it, I would relent in that regard, depending on what you're asking or going for.
Well, I think when we're staged, we don't have a choice.
Oh, that's probably true, huh? The willpower.
No,
bit.
mentally, you still have a choice.
Oh, do
Okay.
we? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, there was that one guy who could communicate telepathically while he was staked.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
not great.
So
Okay.
is this something you can do?
Yeah. What should we? Why do you ask?
If she is ready to join us, I mean, to remove this.
yeah.
Okay, so
I can do
Oh, I
that.
thought you were just gonna like ask her like why she has basically an issue with him or something.
Keep it in character.
Oh, sorry. That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
that's what I was.
No,
I
I'm
thought
just-
maybe
I'm
I don't
just
want to have that conversation.
yeah, so in character, I'm just
Myself.
saying. I'm just saying.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
It would be
I mean-
easier just to see if she's ready to join us, and then if she's ready, you can take the stick at her.
Oh, okay. I
and
see.
have a
First,
I
I'm
thought we
gonna
were trying to go
do.
deeper. Sorry.
First, I'm gonna do aura perception just to see if she's like calmed down at all.
Sure. Empathy and perception. Difficulty 8.
Should I roll anything?
Nope.
4.
Nice.
So by this point, yeah, she's probably still perturbed. You know, there's probably a lot of other things going on right now, but uncontrolled rage, no.
Nice.
Okay, then I will make the executive decision and pull out the stake.
Okay.
No. She just lays there for a second. Just sort of
And Sophie will like pat her foot again.
calm. Just sit herself up and scooch back a minute.
And she'll give Ben back his stake.
Okay.
And I know that Johnny's gone now, right? He's left
I
the
believe so,
building.
yeah.
He was standing in the doorway. I'm not sure how much further.
No, he kept on walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did not care. He just kept on walking. He got in
Okay.
his truck and he's gone.
Oh, all right.
I'm going to call Dr. Presser while we're waiting
Okay.
for her to kind of come around. I don't know if you want to play through it, but I could just make an appointment.
Sure.
Maybe tomorrow night.
I'll be right back.
And
Yeah, 100%.
about
You can make an
mediating.
appointment. You can make
Okay.
an
Listen,
appointment.
I just
Perfect.
need to. We never properly talked about what happened between when this whole fight happened. This is a conversation that we've been meaning to have and just haven't yet. This is in character, by the way. So,
Yep.
So, for him to question my honor, no, I'm trying to uphold my honor here in this. And deeper conversation needs to be had, but he also needs to learn a little bit of respect for those. If he's going to stay in this city, he's going to help protect us. He's going to help at least make an effort to it, not just immediately run at the sign of trouble. That's the issue that I have, and that's what we need to discuss. So I need to see effort, just like what happened with Lily and her change. I need to see it. That's what I need to talk to him about.
What if he can't?
What if he can't?
What if he can't change?
Then I suppose that we will have to cross that bridge when we get there, because
Well, you need to think about it because he stated he can't.
so
How-
I heard what he said about him being a relatively new vampire. 20 years, he said. That's extremely young. And he has a point there, absolutely. But at the same time, he was here, he was presented with a situation where he had an opportunity to possibly make a difference on whether or not somebody could have lived or died. And the first sign of trouble, they ran. I have an issue with that. And
Okay, I understand you have an issue with it, but I
if he
also
can't,
understand that his point is valid. A vampire at his age being asked to fight a Gru almost certainly is going to die. It's a valid point.
To be
It
honest,
is.
that's actually how I ended up in Ashland. Came upon a pack of werewolves fighting my people and watched them tear the spine out of my prince, and I ran, and I left Portland and ended up in Ashland.
So that's my point, is you need to be prepared to deal with that. If you're not prepared to deal with that, then the conversation will be useless.
I
want to
think the missing
understand that.
piece here
Mhm. Go
I
ahead,
think
sorry.
the missing piece here is that he's new to the city and we do things a little differently here. And that's a heck of a fight to have for your first encounter with a new group that you've never fought alongside. He didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what was happening. I think he deserves a little grace there. Yes, people died, and I'm not happy about that, and I never will be. But I do like the idea of just talking over what happened and reassuring each other that that's not how it has to be.
Honestly, that's what I would like. I don't like having this. The things that he said, questioning my own honor, things that he just simply does. He doesn't. I want to know where he's getting his knowledge of the Night Tsar. I want to understand why he thinks that the way he does. Like, I have, like you said, a different interpretation of things. I have a lot more experience than him. I have proven my loyalty and everything to the city, and I guess I just have higher expectations of those that come here and are going to stay here. So that is the conversation I want to have. If he's going to stay here, I want to know that he's going to be here to help learn and to help support others and to
And
be
that
here
he's
to
going
make
to
a difference.
watch your back
Exactly.
the way that you watch his.
Exactly. I need that reassurance.
Thomas would kind of look at the Baroness and go, she is an officer in your court?
Yes.
Yeah, actually.
So was that known to Johnny, that she was an officer in your court?
No.
No. Actually, I don't believe it was.
So you have a neonate who didn't know who he was speaking to and had no reason to respect her because he lacked the knowledge?
Correct.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think there's anything more to be said at this point then.
So that knowledge needs to be spread then at this point. All right.
I would certainly think so, or you're going to have it repeated. Maybe we've already
I
made the
don't
same mistake with this other newcomer.
I don't need a repeat. And this Danny character, she's so fresh that I'm you guys have to I'm going to need to have to she's going to need a lot of training.
She can still hear you, by the way.
Well, she
You're
knows
going to need a
nothing.
lot of training.
It's yes, she does need training. She knows nothing about their ways.
I think she'll get used to the idea. But as to your point, Thomas, I think that's a good point, that we need to be more upfront about the structure here for those who are coming from other organizations, so that they have a context for what's appropriate.
Because I'm just guessing, but I would think that as young as he is, at 20 years, you have some idea of how power works in our society, whichever version you belong to. And by the same token, if you're a kindred and you don't know that someone has a position, you aren't going to treat them the way they are going to expect to be treated. You're going to treat them like they're at their level. Let's be honest here.
On reason to lean over to Harper and just whisper, I'm going to go see. I'm going to go see where Johnny's at, and just walk over to the door to see if he's just hanging out in the hallway.
Yeah, he's not. He's gone.
Yeah.
Out of character, I know that, but in character, I don't.
Sure.
So as soon as I see that he's gone, I'm gonna come back in and just say, Johnny is gone. I do not know where he is.
That's fine. Well, look, I will go to whatever session you want me to resolve this. I agree. It's not. He said it's a detriment to the city, possibly, and that was never my intention. My path is, to me, meant to be a benefit to the city. So for you to say that it's not easy to hear. So
I understand. I have my own particular code of ethics. Normally, it's just applied to my business world, but I understand they exist and their formats. And Baroness, if you would be so kind as I understand there are ways for us to be contacted in an emergency. Me and my sire would like to be included in that.
Yes, we can do that. You do have a telephone.
One of us does, yes.
I'm going to need that number.
And he gives it to her.
Okay.
And my sire has servants, one of which who would have a number that he could be reached at. I will ask him if he wishes it to be shared. I cannot speak for him on that particular issue of security.
Of course. However you're comfortable. And Sophie will also text the appointment details to Johnny and to Damaris.
fucking therapy.
I love the fact that we're having therapy for our next session.
You know what?
I love
it's for the greater good, okay?
The greater
Vampire
Vampire greater good.
You would not want to be
Vampire
reading.
therapy.
You would not want to be reading Thomas's mind right now. Not a bit.
Don't call it therapy. Call it mediation.
I think if Henri ever goes to therapy, his therapist would just run out of the room screaming. So
You might be surprised. I don't know. He's pretty old. He might be more open-minded than you think.
This is true.
Alrighty. So Thomas would look over to Danny and go, I hope you prosper. And he would look at Damaris and go, if you would like to talk about honorable things and ethics, I am perfectly willing to engage in that discussion. Like I said, mine is generally only employed in my business. I have rather rigid rules as far as that's concerned, but nonetheless.
You know, I actually might enjoy the conversation.
This is a conversation I know nothing about. So I just kind of.
Perhaps you could join us. Honestly, your perspective might be a bit fresh.
Thomas would look at that and go like, fresh like the grave, maybe?
I am.
Harper
I'm
somewhere's
somewhere's
like,
myself,
huh?
Thomas. I've learned. So it's.
Sorry,
Um,
that was a bit presumptuous of me, like inviting him. I meant, but I
Well-
just, honestly open to the conversation. I really am.
Okay,
So.
I look forward to the opportunity. And Your Grace, do we need to attend to any other issues?
And until we have more information on the whole Roxy issue, I think we're in a holding pattern.
What is a
I'm
Roxy
gonna-
issue?
Roxy issue. Oh, okay.
Oh gosh, that's a conversation.
In a nutshell, there is a persona non grata in Ashland come to us from Boston. She is a human sorcerer with a couple of sidekicks that probably are also human sorcerers. She is behind the werewolf attack that we have recently endured. She is.
She caused issues with Boston.
She
and
is
they're-
spreading influence around the city, building up her personal forces.
Do you want to
And-
just say we had the conversation rather than try and repeat
Yes.
all the different things?
There's
Okay.
a lot.
I was
Yeah.
getting to the end to it. I was getting to the end of it, but in essence, yeah, I would
Here's the
explain.
problem. We're investigating it. It's my personal mission to get her to GTFO.
Yeah, we need her to not be a problem anymore.
Okay. Well, that
Need
sounds
to do that.
interesting.
I'll need help.
Okay.
And in case it comes up, she is a former ex of my husband, and that is probably why she's here, or in large part why she's here. So, but
Thomas would go, a
think he's
vampire
an
love
excuse.
triangle? They exist.
I'm sure they're not as
mean-
uncommon as you think.
Oh, marriages of convenience are very common where I come from.
Well,
Can Monsieur Cullen can he do anything with his the other wizards?
He has asked to not take part in this mission for matters of history, and I think there are enough. He can cast magic missile.
Into the darkness.
Into the darkness.
magic missile.
There are enough reasons without his involvement that we would like her out of the city. So,
So my question, since I will relay this to my sire, is: are they open targets, or are we being diplomatic?
open by all means.
Mhm.
Okay.
But I think we ought to be strategic about it because, as I said, they have amassed quite a bit of influence around the city.
At least try to include us in some things so that we know what's going on as a courtesy, frankly.
Oh, I will. I just wanted him to be aware of the fact that there was a faction within the city that was considered unwanted, undesired,
Mhm.
and if something happened to them and no one was the wiser, all is well.
Correct.
By all means. But just be smart about it.
All right.
I would like to do an aura check on our new friend.
Danny?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Uh,
2.
Okay.
She
What is her
vampire.
aura looking like?
Probably still anxious, probably still worried,
Annoyed.
annoyed, but definitely no uncontrolled fear.
So
She's looking a lot more reasonable. Should we let her up?
Thomas is going to walk over to where she is laying down and sit down on the floor and kind of look at her and go, we'd like to take that object out of your chest, and we'd like you to be cooperative. If you're uncooperative, this will just be a rinse and repeat, and it'll be a while before we take the stake out again. So I'm hoping that you're willing to follow the gentleman who represents our police, and vampires have police, and go with him and spend some time with him, learning some of the things that'll keep you alive. Now, I know you can't say anything or nod or anything, so I'm going to pull the stake out, and you're going to look at me and give me an answer. And then you'll be happy to go along with the sheriff, and he'll tell you things you need to know so you can go back to trying to live the life you want to lead. And at that point, Thomas just reaches over and pulls the stake out.
Or else, she says.
Okay.
Okay. So I think initially she is going to let out a scream because, first of all,
this is a lot.
You know,
and also ow.
Won't be the last time.
Yeah, basically she has that delayed reaction like chief security guy from Galaxy Quest, where just like all of a sudden he's just like paused, he's all
exactly.
Her kneecap is blown out and everything. So,
and then she is going to do as well as she can a backwards like crab crawl to put distance between her and, well, especially Thomas, you know, and the rest of you. So she's probably going to back herself up against the wall.
Thomas is going to turn around and go, Henry, stick your head out the door. If someone comes by, tell them we're playing a tape from a recording, and it's a sound effects for a horror movie that we're looking to invest in.
This is where I will tell her we are playing a little game too. So someone needs to teach her how to heal that, by the way. So
I was about to say,
so
Danny,
Henri, you walk over to the door, and just as you start to open it, the guy who's doing the vacuum just pushes it on by.
I'll stay outside,
and it's one of those big like industrial ones too. So
up.
it's just like.
I'll be right back.
Good. Danny, I don't know if you've encountered this before, but you can heal yourself from injuries such as these.
First, anybody touches Elena.
So that's your roommate's name.
I won't tase you. I will shoot you dead.
Can't
and
happen.
That's a promise.
Can't happen.
That is a promise.
You need a bigger gun, sweetheart.
I'll figure out a way. I'm pretty smart.
Nothing will happen to your roommate as long as she keeps her lips zipped.
I will deal with my roommate.
Please.
She's my problem.
Please do.
And she's going to point at Thomas. You stay away from her.
I won't have to do anything. You don't understand the rules of our society. If she talks, the society says she dies. It's that simple. Deal with it.
No. I'm telling you right now, no. And she's going to start getting upset again.
Slam.
Okay, this is not oh gosh. This is not productive.
You're
Shelf
right.
the roommate for now.
You're right.
Look.
I apologize.
Danny, see if you can try and heal. You kind of will your blood into those parts of your body that are broken. You're going to become hungry.
You shot my freaking leg. My knee is like gone. You're gonna need like a doctor or something.
Trust me. Just give it a try.
Henry, come over here.
And then
I need you.
she's just gonna rattle something off in Spanish.
Henry walks over to Thomas.
Henry, break my right arm, please.
Are you sure?
Yep. She's only going to know by example. Break my
Oh.
right arm.
Okay, I break his
Jesus.
right arm. I'm like, this is what? Snap. So I use potence to snap his arm.
Okay. I mean,
I walk over by where she is, and I look at my arm, and I heal it.
so to break a
Loca.
bone, we're talking that's like
Yep.
at least 3 lethal damage at that point.
Yeah, I know. I'll need to feed when I'm done, but you can heal yourself. You'll be hungrier when you're done, but you can heal yourself. And then Thomas turns around and goes, that's the best I can do right now. And you'll pardon me, but now I'm going to go find some dinner. And Thomas would bow to everyone and walk over to the Baroness and kiss her hand in the European fashion and go, have a lovely evening. And then he too would walk away.
Okay.
So he's going to go just kill somebody?
No, you don't
You
have
don't.
to.
Wow.
You don't need to kill. In fact, killing is
Killing
not
is wrong.
preferable.
That is what I've learned from this group.
Thank you.
That's very good. Just sometimes you
I
can.
am not teaching her how to
Oh, no.
feed.
If you
No, Benjamin's got her.
if you kill, then you are more likely to be discovered. And considering how often we need to feed, it's much preferable to leave them alive and fairly healthy. So you need to just space it out between victims, donors. There are certain places around town where you can get bagged or bottled instead.
I'm going to lean over to Harper and I'll be like, maybe this is a use for the roommate.
She's just gonna, the whole idea still of her having to feed off of people, she just gets kind of a disgusted look on her face.
Perhaps
Especially
you
after
should
what
start.
she tore that poor guy apart.
Perhaps you should start with bottled before you kind of get used to the idea.
So I just say,
No.
in the name of whatever, be healed.
I mean, whatever works for you.
No.
But
Damaris is just shaking her head. She needs to be taught right from the gate.
how do you teach someone to heal?
You will it
You
to
gotta
happen.
teach them to feed first.
This is why Thomas left, because he wasn't getting talked and teaching her.
God, I'm not teaching her. Never mind. What am I doing?
That was out of character. Sorry.
All right.
No, that's in character for me.
In the name of Jesus, be healed.
Oh,
Knee's still blown out.
You need to will it to happen. It's like when you blink, you're making your eye blink. You're focusing on the knee and focusing the energy. Why am I explaining this to her?
Damaris is like, see?
It's like it's not Jesus. It is a vampire magic. It's just you make it happen. You imagine it and you make it happen. It's
Okay. Do I need to roll? Do I need to roll anything, Jerome?
No.
Okay.
I'm just going to start cursing in French at this point. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Damaris just gets up and walks away.
You saw the fight earlier. You saw some of us can move very fast. Some of us are very strong. Some of us have certain abilities. We all have certain abilities. That comes from our blood. It comes from willing our blood for particular
yeah,
uses.
yeah. I mean, I kind of notice, that when I punch a wall, I actually put a hole in it.
Do
And
you feel any
and
different when you're doing that?
I'm pissed. So, which seems to be a lot lately. Normally, I'm just, calm, clear-minded. I mean, I got Puerto Rican in me, but still, I didn't fly off the hand. Well, that's not true. That'd be a lie. Not as extensive as I have been.
That gives me some idea.
And I can move a little faster, and I guess I can heal myself. So
We can all do that. See if
she's
you can.
she's going to try and
Right.
just will it. Just going to concentrate on her knee and tell her blood, do your thing.
Do your thing.
Sure. So go web go, and you start to heal.
I'm going to go over to Benjamin. I'll be like, Benjamin, I think she is bruja, the way she is describing her word.
Then all of a sudden you're going to hear, holy mierda! It worked!
You might want to tackle this one too.
Oh. Yeah, what the hell? That freaking hurt!
It won't be the last time. It's just one of those things.
You guys are like trigger happy, but with the wood instead of the bullets.
You need to stay. It was a way to make you stay.
Okay. And I love the shirt. It just said everything. Okay, so she's gonna do this again for her chest.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, you go through the routine and start healing and whatnot. That's what we're going to call it for the evening. For game. So tomorrow night, actually, we still continue our charity fundraiser for Control Alt Delete. So please consider donating if you haven't already. Every dollar counts. So even if it's just $1, anything that you can is great.
Hey, Jerome, somebody donated tonight. We started off.
I missed it.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh. Good job. Thank
Yes,
you.
Thank you.
I just saw we went from 80 to 100, so I knew somebody donated. So,
yeah, I actually did it. I think just right around recap.
Well, thank you, Jerome.
So tomorrow night is our Marvel Superheroes game. I'm excited to see how that's going to turn out. As some interesting things are planned, and after that, now that's going to start at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or Mountain Standard Time. So. And then next week, Wednesday is Cyberpunk. Thursday is Street Fighter. Both of those start at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Mountain Standard Time. So please feel free to tune into that. And we will be having Star Wars starting up here soon. We just got to get everybody to finish up their characters. But it's really, really close. That game should actually be kicking off March 13th. So that's going to be on Wednesdays opposite Cyberpunk. So thank you guys again for tuning in, those who watched, and of course who end up watching the replays on video demand. Thank you again, and good night.
Good night, all. Take care.
Au revoir.